legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Esports Club. We are back with a bang, and this is one of the big ones. We've got something huge coming up. So let me formally welcome you all to the AMD Ryzen and Windows 11 present the Esports Club Challenger Series powered by Crucial. I'm Universe, and with me I've got Aggressive. We're back together after quite a while, I think, and we are going to be taking the first step to cutting the ribbon to what's about to come for the Challenger Series. Now, this is going to be quite an extensive event. You guys have got a lot that is going to be coming your way, which I don't think you've seen before. It's going to be a month-long thing almost, starting today, the 10th of July, and it's going to go on for at least quite a while. So stick around because there's a lot of Valorant action coming our way. Starting off today itself, where we've got 4 matches to be played. All best of ones, of course, round of 128s, where we have 8 teams going head to head, and of course a lot of other matches which are happening in the background as well.
Yep. I'm really excited for this one, man. Personally, because hey, I've been playing other games for a while, and finally now that we are back in towards Valorant, I'm in my home turf. I'm in the best mode possible, and to start it all off with the Challenger Series, it's going to be a big one. But as we head on down over onto today's matchup, see exactly what's going to be rounding all up. Personally, I do believe that the first initial match could just be a pretty big storm, but then again, we are in the round of 128, so teams are going to be fairly imbalanced. But again, this is always a learning experience for a lot of the squads that are starting at the very bottom. You need to start somewhere as a team, and I do believe that a couple of the squads today are going to go through that experience and possibly come back even stronger in the following tournaments that we hold.
Well, yeah, let's hope for it. And of course, we've got the massive prize pool for this tournament, 15 lakh rupees INR, the big numbers there. We've got first place going up for 7.5 lakhs, which is half the entire, the lion's share of the prize pool. We've got a lot of things in store for every single team that is going to make it to the top of the Challenger Series. And of course, this is, for the glory as well. You have a lot at stake here. This is one of the biggest Challenger Series that we've had so far, and we want to see who's going to make it to the top yet again. There's a lot of teams out there for sure, and of course we've got a couple of favorites, who will also be coming in. But can those favorites take it all the way up? Let's find out. Aggressive, what do you expect? Starting off, we still are right now taking the first step into the Challenger Series. What do you expect from this tournament?
Honestly, with the first 2 initial qualifiers being present, we could be witnessing some of these underdog teams be able to rise up to the challenge and possibly take out a couple of these bigger squads. But then again, you do have to remember, Universe, that we are considering a team that has not really had a lot of competitive experience versus some that have very much spent their entire lives in Valorant competing right from the very beginning on the beta up till now. So it's a lot of experience going up against young blood, and we've seen this before in other scenarios as well, over and over again, that sometimes experience just triumphs over any form of talent that you can have. Talent is something that you can't really always rely on unless you refine it over time. And in this series, I do believe that it's going to allow a lot of players to refine their talent, come to the stage that they really need to take on these experienced players. And on the first initial couple of stages, not having that lower bracket can be quite rough, but if you get through towards that group stages, then you have that safety net that you need to propel your team and propel yourself forward to come to that stage where you can finally say that, hey, We deserve to be here on this grand stage. We deserve to be casted and we deserve to be hosted here on stream. But for now, with the first initial matchup coming in, Team Parker's going up against Team Zenith. I don't know, man. This could just be a one-sided affair.
Yeah, again, I think we've seen a couple of names already, which the audience hasn't seen. Names that they would recognize from before, which is Sukuna. I think he's going to be playing for the side of Team Zenith. Parker's completely new, not heard of them. They, could be one of the teams that are going to be coming in to see what they can actually do in this. There's 8 teams going to be playing today, of course. PUGSTARS and Metal Esports. Metal Esports, as we all know, a couple of the names that we do know are also going to be playing later on in the evening. The fourth matchup of today is L Streak Esports versus ROG. So that's going to be quite a good one. Do stick around for that. But also have a look if there's going to be any big upsets today. You never know who could topple over a top team. And given that one of the top teams is going to go out right now in Qualifier 1 around 6:15 p.m., we should be starting off that game. It's going to be an interesting one. But ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of action that is going on right now. Let's have a look at what Zenith and Parkers have taken for themselves in terms of the battlegrounds. As we've seen a lot of interesting matchups with very interesting maps, but we're going to keep it safe here onto Haven, it seems, as it is going to be picked by the side of Zenith. They were the ones to last ban the map of Ascent, which means they are the ones who were able to select the side of select the map of Haven, and they will be playing on the attack as Parkers on the defense need to be a little careful because while I myself have seen a couple of names that I think I recognize, which is especially Sukuna, like I said, and even Suraj, who is another player who is playing for the side of Zenith. I think this is good. This is going to be a pretty difficult situation for the side of the defenders, of course. But hey, never say never. I would say that we should be able to see a little bit of some flary moments, but let's just hope that even if you don't, if they're not able to make all the way through towards where they would want to be, that is the number 13, they're at least able to find, a couple of highlight reels, couple of, moments that they can say, oh, you know what, I did this in the Challenger Series. So yeah, it's just that one little moment that they're able to appreciate for themselves, which they can applaud, and of course we will as well for the moments of the tournament starting from today itself. Ladies and gentlemen, follow the socials, go Twitter, follow us, go to Instagram, follow us, hit those notification icons because we will be putting up the clips that you will be playing on if you're playing these qualifiers. And if you do something that is absolutely wacky, be sure to see yourself on our social media pages because we will be highlighting you. And of course, it is the Challenger Series. Everything you do here is going to be a challenge for everybody else to try and maybe replicate and get themselves on here. So if at all you are posting, these clips that you're going to be hitting in our IP, in the biggest IP that I think we're going to be having in, if we've had in the recent time, go ahead and hit that hashtag as well, Challenger Series or hashtag Challenge Me Series. We're going to be starting off pretty soon. You guys are going to see a lot of content coming from our side. But hey, for now, the content is Parkers versus Zenith. Let's get into it.
Yep, as we jumping down straight in. And wait, is that some new music for the agent selection?
I've switched it off, so I don't listen. I'm like a focus player, so I don't like music. But I'll go with it, man. I'll go with it.
Wait, that is new music for the agent selection. I didn't know they added this. God damn, that's absolutely spicy. All right, I give it to Riot to actually spice things up for us as the casters, because you know that I haven't casted in a while, for Valorant at least. And to see this, it's so much more epic. That's absolutely insane. But for now, as we are jumping on to Haven, we do see that Zenith has picked up a
Phoenix.
okay. Composition. Just
All
look
right.
at the comp. That's a Neon. That's a Jet. And you're looking at the Breach.
No. Forget that. Put that aside.
Oh, there's a
Ladies and
Phoenix.
gentlemen, we are probably seeing a Phoenix for the first time since ancient history itself. So keep your eyes out. This is going to be a good one because having a Phoenix is something that I've dreamed of somebody to play, and it is being picked up by Chilled Ace from the side of the defense. So let's see if they're going to be able to make this work, because there is quite a bit of static electricity that will be flowing between these two teams. Which side is it gonna electrify the most? Well, it seems like Parkers have no movement duelists, whereas on the other side, we have only movement duelists. Neon and Jet are the fast-paced agents that you would always want to have on your side, whereas on the side of the defense, you have a Phoenix and a Reyna who are not that well versed with the art of agility.
These fast and aggressive duelists is one of the, let's say, downsides of you playing such a composition. You don't even really have an initiator to try and take a lot of these fights. So Zenith, they are running around with the primary advantage here, at least right off the get-go. For now, though, with the first initial push-up, he's going to be able to dash straight in. And they have the entirety of the A side under control. Nothing really much to worry about. A common spam spot being stood by the Omen. RDX takes a good chunk of damage, but again, with the spike going down, they can hold, they can wait. And Ghost, yeah, he's looking to clean this one up pretty soon. 1, 2, 3, that's a tap. And that's going to be 2 kills going on down from the side.
Well, there is a backstab coming in. Suraj is ready for this. Oh, Suraj! No!
No.
That's a little out of the blue, but he will be able to allow his teammates to get some sort of reconvenience, and Sprints will take out Sincerely, as that is the last member standing. It's still pretty easy for the side of Zenith, and this looks like they don't have to sweat too much already. Parkers need to step up their game immediately, because with the Phoenix and Reyna, you can't really afford to just stay on your ground, because you've got no movement. So you need to make moves irrespective, push together, hold together, and find angles that will help you the most as a two-man stack, not as a single person or a duelist holding it down. But I think we should be able to see a little bit more of their action on the attack. For now, the defense is thin and spread out across, and the C side has already been taken care of. Ghost looking for a little more juice as he moves in towards spot. Okay.
He's just casually tapping people out of existence. Yeah, he's just going for it. He's confident, he's just vibing, he's just chilling, and Sincerely is dead. He's gonna move on back towards his own spawn, and a 0-2 scoreline. Pretty clean. That was just the equal round, so you don't really have to say much here. Move on to the next.
Oh, well. 2-0. And Zenith are pretty much looking like they should be taking this comfortably. Not too much on their plate, I believe. And the one thing that we should be focusing on, I think, the side of Parkers, is that they don't really have an initiator.
Yeah, not having that initiator and that level of information that you can gain is such an issue. And that's just... Ghost is like, yeah, I'm gonna pick up that weapon. The Jet from the side is like, nope, not this time. And now Sincerely looking to get a couple of more frags over from the side. The curveball's gonna be able to cause a little bit of disruption. And Sincerely, if he had the timing, could have got another kill, but not really the case. Spots out the gun barrel and goes in for the swing and goes with a triple kill. Keeps things competitive. And okay.
Okay, Shanks through the smoke gets one for free as he shoots one who just peeped out, but it looks like a straightforward affair here, Aggressive. I don't think we have anything else to say. Parkers clearly are in a huge pit of need for improvement, I would say. And it's all right. It's just, the learning curve, like you said earlier, that every team needs to go through, because yeah, we just need to have these players learn how to get better, how to come up the the ladder. And if at all, facing off a team like this will give them a bit of information as to how to do it. They might as well. Again, towards the C side they go. It looks like they don't have any time to waste here. Shanks finds one, Ghost ends another, and with that, that should be the this series done and dusted. Stuns himself, unfortunately, Ghost, but it's still looking like it should be a game to be close pretty soon. Flash allows Chill Days for 1 kill, but 1 kill is all he's going to find. 4-0. And there is nothing at the moment that seems to be disrupting the side of the attack.
Okay, as we are on the topic of Phoenix, I really want to ask you. Next patch, Phoenix buffs, Euro buffs. How excited are you?
Well, I'm excited to see what they're going to do with the Phoenix, man. I really want to know what can they do better for that agent, because I actually can't see anything per se that's, going to make it better. Maybe make his flashes a little bit more effective. But he's got no move. Oh, okay. Let's talk about movement, but Ghost instantly shut down with that operator. That's what will help you. But RGT takes out Shanks as well, so they've doubled up on this. And now instantly that operator coming into action has put an end to the means of what we saw from the side of Zenith. And Sincerely is looking for more. They are getting a little fumbled here in terms of information because they've got no initiator, so they can throw in no recons, no howlers from the Fade, and nothing at all to get them even a slightest bit of information. And Sukuna's gonna make the best use of that. Childe is not even expecting anybody to sit in that head angle. And now RDX hoping that he's able to clutch out the round for his team. RGT spots out one towards Garage. They're thinly spread across. The defenses are practically 1 for 3 wherever they go. And Sincerely's got the one weapon that can actually turn it over. And he's looking in the right direction, but he's actually let 2 of them slip across. And now RGT is going to try and peek out from the side of Garage. And he finds one. And there's the Omen waiting on the other side as well. Suraj keeping himself a little bit complacent, waiting for his team to come through. He goes through into smoke, and RDX will only find one. Sukuna
actually teleported and he got the kill. How?
Yeah, and now it's a double operator retake. That's not the best of not pretty convinced with that. 2 operators for a retake is not really how you would want to go. But Parkers are attempting it. One of them just walks in. He's got to change into a Vandal. And Sincerely takes out the spike. But it's still planted. Razor, not sure where he teleported, gets bamboozled. Although he saw the animation clip, and Sincerely will clutch out round number 1 for his team. A 3K from him. And what a good job.
And remember, sometimes these operator players can be the biggest difference maker. Even if you are of a lower rank, it really doesn't matter. That operator, if you're able to shoot the body, or even shoot anywhere for that matter, you get that level of damage done, it will stick for the longest amount of time. Beautifully done from Sincerely to get that hold in. And with this first initial round, I do believe that Team Parker, finally, they're going to be able to take that deep sigh of relief that they really need to. That we may just still be in this. But then again, you have to remember, looking at Zenith, they can easily turn things around here as well. Now that they know that this operator can be quite a big issue, they're going to play it slower until they finally scout him out.
Oh, they've actually blinded him. Sincerely.
Exactly. That's the scout.
All alone with the operator, with his knife out of his hands, walks in towards C-Long like it's nothing. That's a big problem, my friend. You're not supposed to be doing that. And with the C side taken control of, even the A side is actually in their hands. And they've already called it out. The rotation's going through. Sukuna's holding down towards Garage. It's only a matter of time that we see sprints on the way. Suraj is taking care of 1 rotations. And with that, yep, that is it. They didn't even need the spike to be planted. They just ran around killing people in every single corner. And it all started with the one man who died. Sincerely.
And this operator needs to stay alive for as long as it possibly can. But the fact that this was a kill this early on, it's pretty rough because you have to remember, yeah, they didn't win out on the last round. But again, did they really win in a convincing fashion? No. It was only Sincerely staying alive, so he's the only one who has enough money to go in for a buy. But again, look at the members of Parker. They're not really going in for any form of an economic advantage. The fact that they're all opting to go in for a couple of semi-buys with Chill Days going in for that Spectre already, not having enough money for guns in the following round, could just spell doom for their side before the round even begins.
Indeed. Oh, Sukuna, if he just spams down there, imagine the odds of that. Imagine. If he just spams... Okay, now he won't. But look at where the chambers come up with the operator as well. Come on, dude. The tour de force is not a weapon that you can have in such close proximity. He's actually climbing up though. Oh boy. And he gets it. Sukuna, you need to be a little bit aware. But unfortunately, he thought that he's going to be home free stretch out in the open to get everything that he wants. Spins is taken out Sincerely as he pushed up. Spins takes out RGT as well. And I was just down to RDX. And he's been found. I mean, at least heard.
Rosie.
They've actually... Oh, they go past each
other. A pocket full of posies.
And again. What, twice? Okay. moving around in the smoke. Ghost was hoping to get that kill, but Suraj is going to be the one to find it for himself. 1 and 6. And I love the confidence from Sincerely, man. He's holding an operator, holding a 2 to force, and pushing up angles that he's not even supposed to imagine that, you know, he should be holding an operator with.
The man's just going in for plays, and I like that. Again, such a high-level team. Sometimes these unexpected plays are what you can really hope for. Team coordination-wise, I am witnessing some levels of team play, but again, it's just not as significant as you would have hoped for. Ghost, maybe a bit too early on the dash. Does get caught out by the flash, but it's completely fine and okay. I honestly thought that was going to be a kill. Razor, somehow still very much alive there, but it does do a pretty good job of deterring Ghost from going in for any form of a push just yet. Shanks. Alright, buddy. He's just having a little bit of fun out here, just going in for plays. Ghost is going to be able to shut down another. Spike Plan goes down on C, and Ace, he's all by himself.
Yeah, his ultimate didn't help him. Neither will his true self. 1 and 7. And
next match, he's going to have his full shields, so...
Yeah, that's the next patch, my friend. And that's still
hopeful, right?
That's still not a buff that I would say is, you know, gonna be making much of a difference, because again, unless they give him something that will actually make it worthwhile. For example, you know,
cancel his ult.
Yeah, if he's able to cancel his ult, or he becomes invulnerable for when he respawns from his ult for the first 2 seconds.
That is a little bit too powerful for your thought.
Yeah, but you get the point, right? He's very vulnerable at that point. And that's what he utilizes the best. But the opponents utilize the best. That's why they kill him. That's how he gets knifed. Phoenix is probably the most knifed character when, you know, in the ultimate. Oh, okay. Alright.
Okay, so Ghost is a bit scared.
Yeah, Ghost... He's just not going to be able to do anything over there. Sukuna will get one though, and they are still in towards Garage. And okay, Sukuna.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. No need.
Calm down, buddy.
Yeah, they're just... The
man's just going ham out here. But again, what do you expect? It's a massive skill discrepancy. We knew that from the very start. But again... I have to say that the members of Parker, they're putting up a pretty decent fight. So, Hakuna Matata, you guys are all learning, you guys are all trying, and that's what we can really hope for. They have an understanding of what they need to do, but the thing is, it's just a massive compositional disadvantage. There's not really something that you can do about that unless you have such good mechanical skill that you catch them off guard every single time. As you can see, this flash and dash combination is just too powerful. They're just running in purely based upon the potency of that flash for displacement. And then the raw mechanical skill difference is just ginormous. Shura's just going in for plays constantly over and over. And my god. Zenith, they're just doing whatever they want.
Yeah, it's like, you know, there's no defensive lines that exist. It's just attack, 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 and... There's no lines that need to be crossed because I think the lines have been erased by the side of Zenith. They're like, the entire map is ours. What you gonna do about it? Absolutely nothing, it seems, because right now it looks like it's on the way to a 13 and 1. But let's see if the side of Parkers can actually pull something up. An operator in the hands of Razor. Not the best agent to wield the operator with, but that dismissal does help at times. But he's not going to be a pro. Oh, he will be. He actually gets away because he was blinded. And he gets the kill out of Ghost. That's exactly what I was hoping for at least. Suraj goes up on the wall. Has a player above him that he needs to be worried about. I don't think he spotted him. RDX is very close. And I don't think even RDX has seen where this guy is. And as soon as that smoke dissipates away, oh, they've seen him. And now they're going to go for it. Flash out in the hand. Finds himself in the crossfire. And of course, he's going to go down. 4 versus 3. While the revive is available on both sides, the revivability of the defensive player is highly unlikely because he's down towards the lower mid window in B side. And Suraj goes against another operator. Okay, looks like they've bought a couple of operators here, but it's not going to help them either way. They might get a couple of kills for sure, but Not as many rounds as they would have hoped.
Last round in the half.
They're not really getting any form of space as well to work with. Look at how the members of Zenith are just taking away map control from them, and they're not giving it up anytime soon. Players are pushing through from mid, players are pushing in through from spawn. Every single nook and cranny of this map already is occupied by the members of Zenith, and that's one of the main reasons why the defense are just crumbling under this much pressure. Where do you want to rotate from, Universe, in a situation like this? No corner is safe. And Parker, he's just thought they're pretty much getting crushed under the clusterphobic nature of this team.
Well, it looks like it's about time that this game is going to be taking its...
Look at Sincerely! Oh god.
Wait. Oh no, wait, RGT! He's close. Shanks has actually let him go past, and they've got no idea. And Sukuna's going to be flanked himself. The timing on that was insane.
Spike
And
down
now it's on to
C.
Shanks for a 1v4. Can he actually do it? We've seen many Jet 1v4s, and he's shown potential. 11-1 this man is, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. He's got a pretty high KD ratio. Chill Ace spots him out. A little bit of damage given, out come the knives, and here we go. Final round. The revive available, but he's not going for it yet. RGT. 45 seconds to work with. Shanks playing along with Destiny at the moment. Not sure to which corner. He might find somebody. Does not look towards the right, and Sincerely will take him down. 10-2. Another round. And they will
Switching
be
sides.
able to at least secure something, if not nothing. But this pistol round might just dictate the rest of the game here, because they need to win this here. Parkers, they don't win this, might as well say goodnight. But hey, they're not completely out of it. They can come back in qualifier 2 and try again.
I'm gonna wait and see how it goes, but again, maybe on the 7-2 scoreline we could be witnessing a miracle. Never count your miracles until they happen, so let's start it all from here. Ghost, though, seems to be wanting to go aggressive with his buddy on his back. Sprint. Try to set him up. And with this first initial flash, they're gonna run straight in, but that's a lot of noise being given. And oh my god, Shanks! He's gonna make a run for it. The poor boy's gonna get hit hard. And the A side possibly gonna be taken over. But again, Ghost from the back end. He's just too good and he's just too strong. He's coming in for swings and he's going in for even more. Spots on another player. That's a dink over to the face of Sincerely. Doesn't really find the shots, but still, he can easily get the kills. That's the first, that's the second. Looking for the fourth, looking for the eighth, and he's gonna be able to get it. Absolute madman coming in. And Ghost, like a dagger in the night, takes everyone out and takes the 11th round for his own team.
Well, Ghost is going to be proud of himself for that. 23 for him on the board. And he has practically a 6 KD ratio. Looks like a straightforward game here, ladies and gentlemen. It's pretty much done and dusted. 2 more rounds to go. And, of course, you have to force into these situations. And that's exactly what the attackers are doing. Parker's forcing in. Only 3 of them, actually. That's a little bit okay. 3 players are forced in. 2 haven't. Whereas they're pushing in towards mid and waiting for this. Oh, they're actually... Okay. He goes in for 1. Does not look towards his right, hoping that his teammate will cover up for him. Suraj comes in from the side of Garage. And with that, it's the one man left standing. Who's going to get double peeked and killed as well. 12. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Zenith. Looks like they're going to be heading on towards the round of 64 with no problemo.
Can someone get this?
There's no way you're gonna be able to survive that one for a while.
Thank you.
The level of aggressive plays that you can make with the breach on the attacking side and on the defense is pretty much uncontested by any other initiator. Silva doesn't allow you to do it. Sky to some degree, but even Sky is gonna be playing for it short. Fade nowhere near that unless you have the ultimate to work with. And oh my god, that's a big swing, but Ghost is still gonna be able to retaliate.
Spike down mid.
The man's just getting all the kills. He's looking for another ace, and he's probably going to be able to get it as well. Last one remaining will be Sincerely, but Sakuna comes in for a steal. Not the second ace, but still a round win, and also the game win coming in for the members of Zenith. Beautifully done, and chef's kiss for the players, because honestly, Zenith, you proved yourself to be a contender, but this is your first initial match. You go over to the round of 64, you cannot get overconfident, because their journey right now it's just going to get even harder moving on down the line.
Yeah, it is going to get difficult, but this was, as you would say, a piece of cake for them, walk in the park, whatever metaphor you want to use, go ahead. But it was a very difficult one to digest for the side of Parkers. They are going to be done with the qualifier 1, but they can come back into qualifier 2, of course, and try yet again. Let's see how that works out for them, though, because there's quite a bit of, good teams that are going to be participating in this. And of course, remember, ladies and gentlemen, only 2 from this qualifier and from the next make it to the group stages. And let's just see who's going to make it, because there's 128 teams, which means out of this, we're going to see only 2 go by. You don't know who that's going to be. Maybe that team hasn't even played yet. Maybe that team is playing in the background right now. There's a lot of matches happening. Only 4 on stream today and a couple more tomorrow and following up. Let's go to the highlights, though, as... there's not much to talk about here. It was just, straight up dash and finish. That's about what it was. If that could be the name of somebody's autobiography.
Possibly is someone's name, but you never really know. But for now, this was just a fragathon for Ghost.
Enemy remaining.
Like, the man just had the game of his life. Getting shot, making plays with the Neon. That's what you love to see. And Neon's such an incredible character, especially for this particular map. She's made to be here, traveling mass distances in a couple of seconds, just being able to get into their opponent's faces in every situation. Plus, you have to give it to Sprint to be on that breach and set up everything for that one Neon. Normally, we see the Jet and breach combination, but here, the Neon was just able to take so much more space that the Jet really couldn't. Primarily because the Jet really needs to wait for that tailwind to come in, but Neon having that perfect dash up her sleeve in so many different situations, were able to completely isolate so many different corners and take so much control away from the defenders that Parker, they just crumble under that pressure. And hopefully the members of Parkers, they learn from and they understand how important having an initiator really is for your duelist and also for the team as a whole, because playing without information, yeah, this is what really happens to you when you don't have that initiator over squad.
Well, that initiator def comes in because there is nothing. 1 minus 0 is 1, and that 1 is the only one that was alive on the side of the...
Quick maths with Universe.
Yep. I am a mad genius, of course. That's what I was brought in for, into TEC. For my math skills.
Yeah, what was your CGPA on maths when you put in the...
Let's not...
CV?
Why do you...
When
why?
you put in the CV, I want to know.
Nah. Yo! This is the industry where we don't need the math for the math, man. The only math is...
You said that you were brought in for the math, okay?
Yeah,
okay.
But it has... You don't know, okay? It's a lot of complication that comes behind the process of why I was brought in, okay? Aggressive. You'll realize it as time comes, because the only math that we need to bother about right now is the number of kills that Ghost got, which I think was about 26, 27, I'm not quite sure. Something around that range. He's put himself up for a good amount. Confidence, of course, soaring in peaks and bounds, leaps and bounds, forgive me. And yeah, that's about it. Map number 1, game number 1, pretty much done and dusted. I'm so used to saying map number 1 because of the number of best of 3s we have. But ladies and gentlemen, best of 3s will begin in the quarterfinals. That's where the big ones come in. And that's where we will see the filtration of teams who are really above the rest of the cut. So yeah, that's pretty much what we had in the first map. There's another one coming in. 3 more, actually. Second of the 4, which is Team PUGSTARS against Medal Esports. Now, Medal Esports, we all know how good they are. We've seen them before. They have been in the previous Challenger Series, in the Community Cup. They've had the showcase of their performance. We'll see them in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the second matchup of the day. Team PUGSTARS versus Team Medal Esports in just a bit.
legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics. from the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the AMD Ryzen and Windows 11 present TEC Challenger Series powered by Crucial. And we just done with one best of one from the one round of 128, and we've got another one coming up. This is going to be a good one. So this is not going to be something that we will see to be a one-sided affair. At least I hope not, because we've got a couple of good players on for this one. Team Metal Esports going up against PUGSTARS, and let's have a look at where exactly they're going to be landing their feet on. No wasting time, no dilly-dallying here. We are going to be ending up on Breeze, it seems. Okay, that is an interesting match, and it having been picked by, of course, Metal themselves, they're going to love this, that it came down to Breeze, because Metal are absolutely brilliant on Breeze. And just to give you all a little bit of a heads up, ladies and gentlemen, Metal are not really playing with their full roster right now. They have two people subbing in, two of whom I think all of you will recognize. One is Fox, the ex-Team T69 player, and we've got DC Rules, who, if many of you would have heard, you might have known that, he's a pretty good player out there. He's played for a couple of teams, and right now he's stepping in for the side of Metal. And they're going up against PUGSTARS, who've got some pretty good players who you might or might not have heard of. I personally haven't heard of them, but we will see whether or not they're going to be able to give the side of Metal the competition that they are hoping to. But yeah, going to the map of Breeze, aggressive. What do you expect?
It's not really gonna be a one-sided affair, especially on this particular map. But then again, Breeze is a map where mechanical skill tends to shine a lot more than your strategic prowess in a lot of different cases. But then again, that really does depend on the team. Some teams rely much more on their mechanical skill to get them through a lot of sticky situation, while on the other side of the spectrum, Breeze allows you to have a lot more strategic plays as well, depending on the composition that you go for. The most common composition, of course, that we know of is a double duelist, with a single controller setup being the Viper, primarily using her utility to just enter into a side block of multiple different sight lines and then push your way through with the snake bites to cut off important choke points so that you do not get pushed while the spike is going down. Or on the defensive side, holding the attackers right behind your wall and then using your snake bites to deny points of entry so you funnel them through one single sight line, wasting a lot of time. That's what you primarily do on this particular map. But as we head on down over towards the Asian selection suite, the main thing that I really want to see is something a little more out of the box. Because now that the meta has shifted, now that we are witnessing a lot more different compositions coming into play, the idea of a double controller in this map seems a lot more plausible than anything else. Having a double controller, especially here, can easily shift the tides. But again, a lot of teams are not going to opt to go for this. We have seen this in Europe, but the thing with South Asia is that you have a tendency of following the American scene a lot more in comparison to
I have to agree with that. I think with the meta that comes in towards our region, it focuses, well, let's say it derives inspiration from the NA scene, but that they are, having their own iterations, and we have ours as well. We've got the double duelist, which usually comes in from, of course, the Southeast Asia region, not to mention the best one out there, Paper X, who, absolutely destroy everybody with their double duelist meta. And the fact that when people
just
say
so confident, dude.
yeah, the fact that people say that they've got the double duelist meta doesn't work, oh my god, it's so, you need more information, and then PaperX come along and they're just like, yeah, no, we'll whoop your ass.
They're just too good when it comes to their raw mechanical skill, dude. When you're that confident that you can just completely shut down even players like Scream, VA, Tens, you just don't care. Speaking of Tens, Shroud.
Ooh, that's the
I think
topic.
Reddit is back. The Daddy already is back. I want the LCQ already. We all know for a fact we want to see it. But again, for now, we're gonna be jumping down over towards this game. I'm ready for
Yeah,
anything. And after what I saw yesterday for the news, hey, anything can happen. Literally anything.
anything can happen, and with anything happening, let's see if the side of PUGSTARS can pull down Medal Esports from their let's call it a throne, because these guys clearly are among the top teams in the region. And even though they've got two players who have subbed in for two of their other players, because we can see that Ezzy, Godvexy, and Batman are here, but Tricky is not, who is being subbed in by DC Rules, who does play the Jet role. And of course, we also have Fox in here. But overall, I think that if you consider what exactly is the situation right now, for the side of Metal Esports, is that they did not have the best of games in the Community Cup that just went by. I think
Yep.
they made it to the top four. I remember that. They lost, I believe, to Prime 5 in their lower bracket semi-final,
Yep.
which was quite a heartbreak moment, because I remember that everybody was rooting for Medal. Medal seemed like they were the stronger team, but Prime 5 surprised them out of nowhere to take the cake, and Medal kind of took a huge hit. So I really hope that they've bounced back from that to find themselves in a position where we will see them be the best version of themselves starting off from this match itself, because they need that push, man.
To go past that final hurdle if they really hope to take the entire scene by storm. But again, maybe these recent two additions could be the thing that they need to break that hump. You never really know, and we will find it out right here and right now. Seems to be a small little technical difficulty coming in from one of the players. We're trying to fix it up as soon as we can, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to be jumping straight down over into the game. The compositions have already been selected, so nothing will be changed out. We're just check everything out. But again, on the map of Greece in particular, there are a certain level of strategies that you can go in for, but then you need to go in for a full stop and try to rethink the timings. I believe that Greece is one of the few maps in the game where timing plays a lot more of a bigger part than the actual strategy. If you do not
Yep.
time your strategies properly and you are able to read out the rotations as proper as you would have hoped for, then
Yep.
you're just going to start falling apart. Really does matter exactly how you position yourself. And as soon as the clock maybe hits 50 seconds, then you need to understand there's a possibility of a player rotating from B spawn straight down over towards the A corridors. And then you need to then you need to watch that. Because someone has to cross, because if you're going for an A hit on that 50-second mark, someone for B has to rotate. These are the small levels of timing windows that you always need to consider. And we know for a fact that Metal always do consider this, but sometimes they overlook the minutest of details. And that's why they fell under the pressure against Prime 5. Prime 5, if I remember the matches properly from watching them, really did just play the time so beautifully, and they were able to catch out Metal in so many different situations completely off guard. And Metal they were just not expecting it because they were not playing the time. And they were not
Yep.
really going for the overarching game sense type plays that you would really hope from a top tier team. Hopefully they've worked on it, because it's been almost a month since the last tournament that they played. Not a month, or maybe a week or two, because I haven't casted for a month. And now that they are back from the drawing board, brand new faces, maybe the team's flavor has completely evolved into something more different. But on the other side, PUGSTARS, they look to be quite potent as well. I cannot personally say I know any of these players other than Rambo. I've seen him in other community events before previously when I was watching some games, but he's good, but nothing to really write home about just yet. But maybe here, he could be the next big thing.
Well, let's hope so. We've got a stage for him to challenge himself and prove himself. So, of course, his team as well. And I hope that the side of, PUGSTARS are able to find themselves a little bit of a groove to work with, because we want to see some competition. We do want to see how these players can topple over some of the big names. And if they're able to take out the big names, starting off with Medal is quite an achievement. Currently, they are in a bit of a vulnerable spot, Medal. So let's just hope that Metal are finding themselves that groove that they need with DC Rules and of course Fox, and Rambo and Co, if they exploit the weakness that could be what we know to be team chemistry, split them across the middle and find them a little bit, vulnerable towards one side and attack that constantly, is where we would probably see this team topple over one of the big ones who could potentially make it to that top 8 in the group stages. But yeah, this is what we know so far. One player has disconnected, unfortunately, and he will be coming back in just about a bit. But Aggressive, I do want to know from you, if you had to say two teams right now from what we see were to go ahead into the qualifier, who do you think that would be? Because seeing in the recent past, a couple of teams have had a pretty good rating of form. Who do you see qualifying into the top 4 spot from both the qualifiers?
I really need to see first. We don't know exactly how many big names that we have on this entire Challenger Series. Medal is pretty much guaranteed, I would say, for the group stages if they're able to take this one away. And even if they are not able to take this one away, on qualifiers too, there has to be a medal. Like there has to be, like considering their track record as a team, considering their skill level, and of course their experience, they have to go there. Prime 5 could just be playing here in the Challenger Series again, so we could be witnessing maybe another mashup and possibly a revenge story for what happened in the Community Cup.
Yep.
Another one has to be Velocity if they are playing here with this initial matchup. We don't really know just yet. A lot of the teams are quite unknown, and a lot of the big names are not yet up on stream yet. We're going to find out soon enough because a lot of the top tier teams, from what I've seen personally, have a tendency of going over to qualifiers 2 instead of qualifiers 1 because they want to practice, they want to evolve in qualifier 1s and watch all the teams that are playing here. And as soon as qualifier 2 comes around, they have an understanding of what to expect from a lot of these other squads. And then they're just able to pounce on it. They're able to act, they're able to counter strat them and understand a lot of the different nooks and crannies that they need to really worry about as they're going through the qualifiers. So
Yeah.
a lot of the big names, the big four that we already know of should be there. And the other 4 teams, hit or miss. Some of them will be there, some of them not. What I'm really excited for is Revenant, because Revenant are looking to be one of the scariest teams of the region if they're able to go through a lot of the hurdles that they have from previous.
Yeah, I expect the same as well. We will see all of that happening in the coming up near future, ladies and gentlemen. But for now, we are going to be heading into what we know is Team PUGSTARS versus the side of Metal. The player has come back. We will be loading in just about a little bit, just a couple more seconds to go. Unfortunately, there is the internet issue that keeps on hitting the mark with these players, and they don't enjoy it. Not they dislike it just as much as about we do. We just want to start the game, get it on, get the action running. And I'm excited for this match, man. I want to see what's going to happen between these two teams because it's not going to be a one-sided affair, like we said before. And you audience will see why this is not going to be a one-sided affair. Yeah, we should be going in now. Let's head on to the agent selection in just about a countdown, which is 5, 4, 3 and a half, 3. It's because I know what's happening, right? So 2, 1, 1 point. No, wait, 0.9, 0.8. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yay. Okay, we're here. Let's go to the agent selection. Spam me the pain. Yeah.
All right, he's done. As we are going to be jumping straight down over to the agent selection, we're not going to be going onto the screen primarily because it will have to be the same composition. Both teams already witnessed the composition happen already, so no in-betweens. Cannot change it up just because you saw the others. Very standardized compositions, but again, I really am surprised with the sudden shift in the meta to the KO instead of having the Sky. Normally, what we witnessed, the Sky and a Sova was the strongest pickup on this map, and you could go no wrong. But here, it's a lot more different. Why exactly is this the case? I want to ask.
Well, there could be a couple of reasons, but I want to hear what you think. Go on.
Okay. Personally, in my eyes, I believe that KO is so much more powerful in shutting down a lot of the utility that you would have to face over towards the A side. What is the primary problem that you face whenever going in for an A side execution or a B side execution? The Viper utility.
Viper. Yep, the Viper. Yeah.
The Viper snake bites give you that vulnerability, and as you're trying to run in or even trying to peek out it from a corner, you instantly get shut down right then and there. But with the
Yeah.
KO, the null command completely breaks off any form of utility that the Viper can throw, and also stops the Sova from pinging out all the information that he can gain. It puts the defenders in such a tough spot that there is no way that they can stop you from breaking into the site. With Sky,
True.
what can he do? Gain you the information, give you that flash potential, and that's it. But with the KO, now that Valorant has turned into a game a lot more strategic and reliant on utility, when you're able to nullify that utility with a null command and of course 0 point, it just completely changes the tides of the battle in just with the snap of a finger. But for now, that's what we would expect the game plan to be from both of these teams. But then again, we have learned this from before that we should not really overestimate the team. Because Metal, if they start to take this one a little bit too lightly, the members of PUGSTARS could easily catch them off guard.
Well, it does seem like it. And now, we've got a bit of an approach towards mid and towards A from the attack. Fox runs in, finds one, and okay, big damn Zero just gets killed absolutely for free over there. Remember, while he gets a trade, it is up to La Flame to try and make this thing work. He does have a good angle, takes care of one. Batman, Shanch gets one as well, but Fox is just on a roll. And Fox is just destroying everybody he sees with that Sheriff. Shanch is the only one left. And he's got 2 players to worry about. Walking across and he spots him. Both of them double peek, but Godvex is going to be to get the kill. There it is. Pistols go towards the side of Metal. And pretty much expected.
Gotta love it when you see it. Fast, clean, and methodical. This is why the KO is just so potent. That slow flash that you can place can easily catch them off guard. There's a reason why KO flashes are possibly the strongest whenever you right click them. The left click is absolutely horrendous. Most of the time when you left click, you know for a fact you're not going to get a kill out of it unless it's a lineup kill. But that right click, also beautiful. Chef's kiss level of plays. But now with the information gained, they can get even more. Shorty and handover onto one, but Fox taking the first initial fight with the Sheriff at the close proximity ranges. Maybe biting off a bit more than you can chew there, buddy. But hey, rules. He's gonna be able to retaliate and change things around for his team.
Rules is going up towards the door, and he's got the one last player standing over there behind him. Does look towards that angle, but turns away just almost immediately. And now, Draken can only hope for maybe a massive right-click connect onto 1 or 2 players, but it's going to be the Shorty to do it better. The best weapon in the game closes it out for the second round for Metal. As we've got them in the driving seat, and the first buy coming in from the side of the defense.
So they get the first 2 rounds pretty clean. Nothing really to talk about there, but they are opting to go in for the bonus in this particular round, so that's good. But again, I do believe that with the 3 stack over onto A, things could just be quite detrimental here. Batman already opted to go in for the wall, does give away the information, and the rotations are going to come in. Now it's a ticking time bomb. How fast can he clear out the side before any problems happen? And Rules, he's just not going to miss. And he's going to go in for even more. Spots on the other player, but Drake, and beautiful swing and a half to get that other kill. He's looking for more, but Fox is going to be the thing that shuts him down. KOD indeed. But now the Flame, he's still alive and still very much kicking, and Godvex, he has the perfect timing. And he's going for a swing to shut down another one. Has the fight and has the play. Ezzy with one and Godvex with the other. 0 and 3, and my god. Beautiful cleanup coming in from the side. Gotta love it when you see it.
Indeed. Metal Esports. I was worried that they might not be winning this round, the bonus, because, well, for obvious reasons, the opponents have got better weaponry, but there is that difference that, you know, between the absolute top of the top pros and the people who are still trying to make it as pros, who have a difference that makes all the difference, rather. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Metal Esports in a good form right now, and they are not looking to stop at all. And La Flame is looking to be fire in the backside of this. Oh wait, has he lagged out? Not quite. Yeah, I think he's lagged out. Yeah, I think he's gone. Big Damn Zero has got a tip to worry about, a headhunter that could not do anything more than just break it. No cover up for it. It has been broken, and God Vexy is aware of the fact that he could be on the flank. And oh, Shant actually gives him a 145 dink. And he will get away with just about an inch of his health, God Vexy. 3 players alive, one of whom I think has disconnected. And 2 players on the flank. Metal should be cleaning up this round to find their 4th pretty goddamn easily. They spot one, they take one, and the second as well. And the last man standing is tucked into a corner, and I really think that La Flame needs to die. He has disconnected, but he really needs to die, because if he survives, he's got no money.
At least he does get killed out here, so not really the end of the world. He's gonna have enough money in the following round. If he does come back, pause is gonna be coming in. And with this pause, it's not really the end of the world. I honestly believe this pause coming in was a blessing in disguise. Think about it. A lot of the teams, they never really understand the significance of taking a timeout like this. If you take this timeout, you break the momentum, you are finally able to recollect yourself as a team. And then you cause your opponents to start rethinking a lot of their strategies, because they could be worried like, oh, they just took a pause. Maybe this is going to be a different strategy completely. We don't really have that momentum on our side anymore. Our aim's going to slow down a little bit here. There's a lot of things that can go down through your opponent's minds in these types of situations. But for now, at the bare minimum, what else we can expect from the members of PUGSTARS is maybe a bit more confidence. They seem slightly undertuned in the way that they're playing. They're afraid of dying out in a lot of these different situations, and that's what really bothers me here. You should be a little bit more confident in your squad and just keep on pushing for your own team. Sometimes taking space away from these experienced players is what really causes them to be uncomfortable. The thing with these type of players primarily is that if you allow them to take control of the map and play the game at their own pace, that's when you start losing. And if you're a less experienced player, as soon as you just start pushing in their face, throw utility at them, and make them be in the most uncomfortable position as they possibly can, that's when they start cracking under pressure, because that's when they are not used to these type of situations. They can't always adapt under certain scenarios. Yeah, sometimes they're going to hit the nuttiest shots and take you down instantly, but at other moments, they will die there. And that is what you're really striving for. Hopefully, the members of PUGSTARS are thinking that one out here, trying to get everything down under wraps. But for now, just have to see what else they're going to be capable of moving on down there.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that, you know, they're going to have a disconnect at this time as well, because Flame was the one who got a couple of kills so far, and he looked like he was having a bit of momentum going on, but to disconnect at this point throws on the team's morale a little bit as well. While they do have, you know, the time to discuss and maybe get their affairs into order as to what they want to do, how they want to approach this, it's still not the best of options for them to have a player disconnect, because a lot of the times that does affect you. You know, it does get you a little bit worried as to, oh God, what are we going to do now? What's happening? Everything that comes into the mix. And right now, we have the side of PUGSTARS in a bit of a downward slope as they're slipping slowly. They are 4-0 down. They are on a they are on the buy and eco sort of a strategy at the moment, because they are losing rounds continuously. Currently, they have a buy. They have an operator on Big Damn Zero, which should be able to give them you know, a little bit of working space, which is obviously very important on the map of Breeze. The operator does find a lot of value, but yeah, we're just hoping that Flame gets back and this team is able to find themselves a little bit of confidence to embark their journey upon. Otherwise, qualifier 2 is calling out to them.
It doesn't look that good for them as a squad just yet. But again, as I stated, like the pauses just help a lot, man. And I'm really hoping that a lot more of the other teams they start picking up on this exact same thing. Take those pauses. They are a resource given to you by Riot for a reason. This is just not for technical reasons, but also for strategic purposes. There's a reason why it's called the tactical pause. Allows you to break momentum, allows you to rethink your strategies, maybe take in the views, calm your team down, go in for a rally, just bring up the team morale and just not be afraid. They need to take a lot more fights if they are going to be the ones to take it. Because now that Metal have already played a couple of rounds, they have enough for going for upgrades. Ezzy is one step closer to the Force as well. There's so many different things you need to worry for here. But again, take your time, play it slow, understand what you're doing wrong here. But from the other end of the spectrum, I really want to ask you, Chamber has now turned into the new Jet. He's in every map, in every composition. Doesn't really matter where Chamber will get picked up. But I do believe that Chamber is the most highly picked character only in NA and South Asia up till now.
Well,
SCA doesn't really pick him up that much. Brazil is quite low, and Europe has about 50% pick rate of him.
Yeah.
That I don't really understand.
Well, let's just say that the side of Southeast Asia and of course NA have this tendency to have get
Team
the first pick and
reliance.
get out. Yeah, team reliance. So they allow one player to be that factor who can also be used as not just a teleporter system but also as a bait, because once that chamber is speaking a certain angle, he takes the operator shots and gets away. Instantly they'd be like, okay, the operator's gone from here. They slowly get a little bit complacent, and then you can have especially on Fracture, I've seen this multiple times on towards A main, where the chamber peeks out towards A main, holds the operator angle. If he kills one, he teleports. Even if he doesn't, he teleports. And then instantly out comes another two agents who are there, the duelist preferably with him. And they peek out and they double fire on anybody. It's a shooting gallery. Nobody can stop that. They try to escape. They at least lose one player in that process. And if it's of course a race, they've got grenades, it's a neon, they've got the stuns, everything. So the chamber is a very, very versatile agent. About why Europe is not as much reliant on him, because I'd say, like we
For
said,
utility focus.
yeah, they are utility focused. They try to work their way around agents that can give them more value in terms of setting up plays. Chamber sets himself up, whereas where you find agents like Breach, KO, the Sova, all the initiator focus is there in the EU, and they allow a lot of that. It's not just the initiators also. They pick up the Sage multiple times. They've seen multiple pickups of Sage from in the EU region where
Sage
they
is
have the
quite
slow
common
ups.
there.
Yeah, they've got the slow ops that run in, followed up by a Shocktard, Recon, everything just to stop one player from getting away. And I've seen this multiple times on Icebox, particularly, where they spot one player on site. They know he's going to get away from the spawn region. A slow up lineup goes there. They've got a Viper throwing the snake bite, and the Jet dashes in as well. Perfectly for them, and that utility play, the team play that comes in from them is what EU is more focused on. Whereas SEA and SA, well, let's just say we're like, oh, we see a player, boom, boom, boom. That's about it.
Yeah. I really hope that at one stage we do witness the players just completely shift away from the need for mechanical skill over strategy, because mechanical skill, yeah, it's going to take you quite far if you're that confident in the way that you aim. But again, Valorant's not a game where aim alone is going to get you through a lot of these sticky situations, and that's going to get even more relevant as the game progresses further and further into its maturity. It's been just 2 years of Valorant up till now. One more year. So for the year of 2022, we are going to get what, one more agent, I do believe, and that's going to be the last. Sorry, two more agents, and that's going to be the last. After that, we're not going to have any content for one whole year, and that's where the meta will start developing even stronger than anything else. Just balance changes, small iterations, because that's what we expect from Riot. I think they mentioned this as well. Next year, we're not going to get any new agents, no new maps. Every bit of content is right here and right now. Franchising starts, everything begins from next year. And the game of Valorant will evolve at such a rapid pace that if the SA region as a whole stays in the position that they are now, they're
Yeah.
not going to be able to keep up. SCA is evolving. They've now started to slowly shift away from the double duelist composition. Some teams at this, Paper Rex will be Paper Rex. They just will rely on their mechanical skill forever. Remember, like Jake said it himself, like we believe we can out-aim them, that's what we're going to do. So, what more can you expect?
Yeah, well, it is what it is, right? But I do want to talk about a particular player who was there on medal, is there in medal. I don't know why exactly he's not playing today. That's tricky. He is, I believe, 16, 17. I don't know what. He's on the younger side. He's been carbon dated on the younger side, and this guy is an absolute beast. I watched a couple of his games, couple of his, and ranked games particularly. I've seen him play. He is an absolute demon. Well, I don't know if it's that just for rank, but this guy is one of the most explosive talents that I've seen. And Tricky is doing a pretty good job. I think that the pressure of the the professional scene might have gotten to him in the Community Cup because he was struggling, at least in the first half of the Community Cup, to perform. But when it came to the last couple of bits, he was able to pick it up. And I really think that this guy could do a very good job in medal if he's honed into his skills and does everything right. But what I expect from the side of Tricky is a lot of practice, a lot of demonstration of skill, and I really hope I get to see him play in the future games to come, because there's a lot of competition in the next couple of weeks in the Esports Club with the Challenger Series, and I hope that medal are able to find themselves in that top 8. But yeah, for now, we are still awaiting for the unfortunate disconnection problem, ladies and gentlemen. We should be heading in, and I think we are pretty much done and dusted. But
So a 4v5.
yeah, it is going to be a 4v5. Flame has not made his way back, and we can't give away too much time. According to the rules, we're going to stick to them. There's a set amount of time that they can take in for these technical timeouts. Post that, we're going to have to get into the game. So with this, we're going to have to see the side of PUGSTARS play it out 4v5.
Yeah, it's a pretty sad story because the Flame was hitting a lot of nutty shots and we expect him to be that game changer for the team. But hey, it's not too late just yet. They can just keep on playing, play out the time for as long as they possibly can, wait for the Flame to get himself back in towards the matchup. But okay, as he catches out Draken, who did crouch a little bit prematurely. There's a reason why you don't crouch against a chamber. That's gonna be a hit, but okay, Big Damn Zero is gonna be going in for another play, and he's gonna be able to take down a second. He's doing what he can to change things around, but is he? Maybe biting for a bit more than he can chew here, buddy. He's already gonna get spotted. LaFlame's body is gonna catch him like a drone. Shanch, he's looking for another one. Ezzy just being an absolute nuisance here. The operator on the other side, Shanj. I think he's gonna catch him. Oh, Ezzy, how are you so good? We just can't do that, man, and get away with it. They don't know that he's not here yet, but yeah, Ezzy's gonna spot him here. Get that final kill, take him out. And Ezzy, could have picked up a gun, but hey, who needs it, right? Oh, he's back.
Oh, he's back. Oh, okay. The Flame's back. Thankfully. In just that one round, which was a 4v5, is going to be the only 4v5 round. And with that, we have everything back to normal. But is it going to be helping the side of PUGSTARS to get back into the game? Let's find out.
That two big ultimates already being popped here. The two the Force in hand and also the Blade Storm. Easily two weapons that can turn the round around, and that's gonna be the first, not gonna be the second just yet. And Foxy's looking to be the cleanup crew. Does get another one. Looking for the final player that he wants to try and find. If this was the next patch, I'm pretty sure that the Sova was just dead there. Pretty bad spot for Fox. But no! Fox! Who does that?
Rambo did see him, right? Throwing the grenade, and he should have gotten off that angle. He really should have gotten off that angle, and he just was a little too complacent about it. Stood there, was just looking around at a player who he had already seen twice. And there's nothing else to do. Off he goes, and ladies and gentlemen, number 6 up for medal. It doesn't look like we are going to be seeing anything different from the previous game. At least so far it looks like it. What we thought was not going to be a one-sided affair is turning out to be medal proving us wrong. And I have no problem whatsoever.
We can see the team play and synergy levels are just a lot more in tune for the members of Metal in comparison to PUGSTARS, and that's one of the main reasons why they're losing. Even at the topmost level, I need people to understand this. Even if you're Radiant, it really doesn't matter in a competitive setting like this when it's a tournament. Whichever team is better will always be the one to win. You could be a team full of diamonds and possibly take out a team full of Radiants who have never played together, if your team play is just that much better than the opposition. But again, it seems as though LaFlame and Shans, they're trying to turn things around for the better from their side, and they're able to do so beautifully as he comes in with the lurk. Does find another kill, looking for one more, but he's not going to be able to get much done. LaFlame comes in with a triple kill from down under. And I do believe that they heard me. They're like, hey, you say that our team play and coordination is not that good? We'll show you exactly what we can do when we turn up the heat.
Ah, boy. A good run from the side of the defenders. A really much needed run for PUGSTARS to get themselves a little bit, okay, guys, come on, we got this. We're not backing down just yet. It's still 6-1. They can make this a 6-6 if it's a miracle that's, you know, handed to them. But
Right here.
I don't think Metal are going to let it go that easy.
Get out of my way.
Out comes the wall towards the A side, the knife as well. The knives from DC Rules, although they've got a lot of utility, they're gonna make it work with the ultimates. Both the Sovas trying to find value, and it's gonna be Godvexy to get the extra pit. Big Damn Zero finds a trade, and now the one tap should be coming from DC Rules, but Big Damn Zero, he's got the better one tap weapon.
Teleport's ready.
It's a confirmed one tap if it hits you. Now it's a 3v2. Metal are still forcing their way in towards this A side. They don't want to go away. And Draken pre-firing for a little bit of dramatic effect to let them know that you're not allowed to enter here. And Godvexy has...
Man is in such a good spot to take this one away. He has the timing and the play, and yep, that's Batman for you. Does get the first, he's looking for one more. If he finds it, it's gonna be beautiful, but again, Draken, beautiful on the spot. But Godvexy, he's just way better. Takes down another one, has ample amounts of time to just run it away, going down over towards that B side, because pretty sure the Viper's not gonna expect this, especially with a massive turnaround from the other end. Godvexy, this is just free cleanup for him. He can get the spike plant down, but because of this Viper spit, he cannot really leave the site now, can he? He needs to play a close angle, but even with these shock darts, I don't believe he's gonna get away with much.
10 seconds left.
Well, the plan does go down. It's a 1v1. Godvexy, 2 shock darts and a recon to work with. And a lot of time as well. He's expecting a flank to come in, and he's jumping around as well. Towards the spawn region. He should be able to spot him now. Oh, I think he did. Yeah, he did, right? He did.
Sure,
He's
yeah,
aware of this. He's getting a little closer now. Good positioning from him.
Easy kill.
Oh! Godvexy playing around with time now. Ring around the rose as we go, and now slow it down yet again. But Shanch, a little extra HP will help him go the distance. Godvexy could have finished that off right then and there. Unfortunately, he could not connect to the head of Shanch, and that's going to give them a second round.
Pretty unnecessary beat there. Honestly, thought he was just gonna play the time because Shans is gonna be the one who's panicking here in most different situations. The sound cues were also being given away. He could have just waited there. But that's rough. That's a kill that's gonna haunt you for a little while, but again, they still have the advantage. It's 2-6, so what do we can do? They got the 2 rounds that they needed to try and stabilize their economy, so they have enough to go in for buys still, but They need one more. Just one more round to finally put a damper on any plans that Metal could have had. But goddamn, just look at this push. God, holy hell, the flashes are gonna come in, but still, Big Damn Zero, he's an absolute legend. And a chat to work with as well. Here comes a couple of more plays, and here comes the last couple of kills that they needed. Last one to fight. God, Vexy's not gonna be able to get anything done. But LaFlame tries to be the difference maker, but Batman, he's just way too good for these type of scenarios.
Oh, good approach. That split approach was really well executed from the side of the attack. Metal know exactly what's happening as they're going to be able to find themselves on number 7. And with that, we've got Metal yet again throwing their opponents into an eco here, aggressive. No ultimates to work with either. LaFlame can get one, and Sora can Big Damn Zero, but I don't think it's going to be in this round because unless they're able to fight for those ultimate orbs, those knives and that tour de force is going to come in pretty darn late. They do have the Viper spit, but I don't see it having any value in this round. As okay, interesting approach. Actually take down towards Vents as they run in. DC Rolls gets into the smoke. Okay, DC Rolls has had enough of what's happening. Okay, DC Rolls.
God, he's an absolute chat, man. He loves it.
That third one tap was brilliant. And now he's got a backstab to deal with. Rambo. Oh, easy. Oh, no. Rambo.
Whoa.
Okay, Draken gets 2 at least. Gets something for his team, but Rambo, what the hell happened to you?
He tried to go Rambo on him, bro.
Yikes, that was quite a round.
Clean taps. And a couple of clean whiffs later. You're at the 2-8 scoreline. Looking for the last couple of frags before things go haywire. Once again, we are looking at the 2-4s. Big Damn Zero has just been so good with the operator that he's been farming these 2-4s left and right. Looking to get the last bit done, and this one ultimate could be the game changer for it all, but he needs to try and find a kill, and with this kill, he should be able to turn it all around, but Big Damn Zero, he's getting nothing done, not just yet. He needs to try and survive for as long as he possibly can. The classic is dealing the damage, and that's gonna be Ezzy coming in for the kill. Rule takes out another, and Ezzy, he's just cleaning up house one after the other. Beautiful.
Well, Shanch, last man left. Fox comes up to clean up duty. He will be spotless in doing so. Number 9 up for the side of Metal as Easy wastes his ultimate for some reason.
He thought it was the last round. It's fine. The guy's out. The guy's top fragging. Let him go.
Oh, well.
That's a good spot.
He's a bit too confident. He's playing literally with his abilities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they've recited down to the last weapon known to mankind and Valorant that can help you clutter around. LaFlame has it. The judge. And he's going with a knife. LaFlame fights it!
That's what happens when you get overly confident.
Oh, LaFlame gets one more. No, he will not. Easy and DC Rules will find the trade backs. And now it's a 3v2. They have a big ultimate available on Draken. He could throw those knives out in the air, and before he can do anything of that sort with the ultimate, Big Damn Zero, that big operator, works out for him. They spot out Easy. Easy's coming close. Easy's looking for the headshot, but it's going to be Big Damn Zero to get it instead. 3 and 9, and will the curse be affected here?
Switching sides.
Blessed scoreline is here for the side of the attack, but again, I don't think the curse is going to be effective here. The curse is very effective when two teams are at pretty equal skill level, but here, I do believe that the members of Metal just, you know what happens whenever you get overly confident, you start pushing up a corner and immediately the Omen or maybe the Jet pulls out a Judge or pulls out the Vandal and instantly just taps 3 of you in a straight line. This is kind of what happened here. You gotta be careful about these type of scenarios. You never really know what to expect. And PUGSTARS, they get around here just for the confidence factor, but will it be enough? We'll soon find out.
Well, they are heading towards B. Oh boy, in goes LaFlame, and he's actually been hit a little bit. Does have still quite a bit of health left on him. Grenade clears out the angle, and Badman. Oh, he could stop the planter here. He goes across the wall. God, Vexy finds two. The and Metal have absolutely destroyed the side of PUGSTARS in this. What the hell just happened? That was so quick.
What you call the cleanup group. God, Vexy takes down 3 over towards the back end of the side, and as we're watching Badman just be the bouncing bunny that he's supposed to be, it's just about the last little bit of a cleanup. Nothing more, nothing less. It's just Metal doing Metal things. That round was just complete utter decimation when it came down to the retake. The attackers didn't even have an opportunity to set up post plants. That's how fast the rotations came.
Yeah, that's true. It kind of is turning out to be exactly what Metal hoped for. They're not usually taken, you know, by surprise, but here's Fox going all on the open. All out in the open by himself to find himself taken out. And now, DC rolls, expecting player to push in from mid, but it's actually from Halls, and Big Damn Zero will put a Big Damn Zero in his forehead. He gets another one as well, and it looks like it could be a thrifty here. Metal got a little overconfident, peeked out all alone in 3, 4 different angles, and they got taken out. Got Vexy. Trying to do a little bit of damage control here. Finds one. Looks out there for the other. And Badman can come in towards mid and find a weapon for himself. But it's up to God Vexy to find these kills. And I don't know why, but that Marshall on the hands of Big Damn Zero is doing lesser damage than his pistols did. But La Flame's doing a good job here. He's giving them damage and they're missing every single shot. What the hell is happening?
It's fine, it's fine. The classic's just way better. Sometimes you have to miss shots to, you know, send a level of fear to your opposition. Everyone's missing shots. It was just a game of whiffs. One whiff, another one. Makes me feel better about my ranked games.
It does make you feel better about your ranked games, and I probably agree to the same as well. Well. Metal Esports, while they have given away a round, it doesn't still mean that they're not in this. Pistols looking to work. Okay, one for him. Fox and DC duels adds onto the tally. They hit Shans to the body as well, and Easy finishes him off. Easy gets another, and a thrifty back in the works yet again, but this time from the opposite side. What the hell is with these sheriffs popping off, man?
The sheriffs are way better than the rifles will ever be. I see this over and over again. Sometimes these sheriff plays coming in from these highly skilled aimers are just insane. I feel as though the recoil is one of the main reasons why no one can hit shots anymore these days. Or maybe the Vandal is just way more inaccurate than we are let down to be.
Both of them have the one-tap potential. The Vandal quite a bit more than the Sheriff, given that the Sheriff at over 30 meters different distance can give just a 145 dink. But yeah, for the moment, Big Damn Zero, the one man who's been hitting those shots, has been eliminated. While Batman out in the open, Draken did not expect that at all. Gets taken out. Shanch finds one, has the spike, but does not have another kill in his hands. 3 versus 4. Got Vexy's pushing up from the B side. DC Rose takes him out. No need, he says. And now Rambo's been spotted as well. It's just about time that he loses his life. DC Rose taps him out of existence. And La Flame, well, goes for the better looking Sheriff, but it's not gonna do a better job for him.
Match point.
Just nothing's really working out for them at all here. As he's just having a little bit of fun out here on his own accord, just using marshals, using his 2-4s, using his abilities to just cause as much damage as he can. And he's able to do it all without any problem whatsoever. 4 and 12, the last hope for the members of PUGSTARS. You have to remember, ladies and gentlemen, that this is just a best of 1. And at this point, I think it's time to say your goodbyes and mentally prepare yourself for qualifiers too, because Metal, they're not going to give this up easy. And they're possibly going to take you down in the worst way possible as well.
got Vexy. He's actually scared them off from the A side, and Big Damn Zero's found a way to get onto the B side because the only man guarding it was Badman. He's been taken out. Big Damn Zero, good positioning, and he should be able to find this kill here, and he will. Fox goes down, 3 versus 5. Make that 2 versus 5. Big Damn Zero's down to 1 HP, and he's doing all the heavy lifting for his team at the moment. Gets up close, got Vex, he should be able to get him. Yes, he will.
One enemy
Eats a bit of the shock dart. And now got Vexy in a 1v4. Goes down to Draken, and that's going to be it. 5 for the side of PUGSTARS, as they are just struggling for anything and everything at this point. But how long will they be allowed to crawl before they're put to sleep?
Just yet. What we do know is they're getting one step closer to the way that they're playing it all down. That was a much more heavy stack, honestly, over towards this beast, over towards the east side. They could have played it a little bit more differently, but because of that stack, they just got caught completely off guard. Batman's gonna try to take a fight. He's gonna be able to get it down as well. Rules on the other end, trying to be the angel from above, trying to rein in the depth from any way he can, but see, that's a miss. That's gonna cost you, buddy. But Fox is gonna be able to retaliate on the other side, taking out Rambo. That's good for 1, but Rules, that weapon at that proximity is just not gonna be as strong as you would have hoped for. You need to be pinpoint perfect with those daggers. He only has 3 left, and possibly looking to no, he's not gonna be able to get anything, but both of the Jets absolutely whiffed out, and the classic is gonna be the thing that's gonna be the game changer. Looking for 1 more, possibly with the final. It's gonna be Vexy to turn things around. A little bit of a whip here and there, but it's completely fine, because at the end of the day, if you win out the game, if you win out the round, that's all that you hope for. It's okay. Don't tell me you don't whip that badly during your matches as well.
Okay, that is done.
Yeah, well, it happens. Well, you whiff, your teammates make it up for you. Everything's all good and dandy here, but this was just a little bit of a whoopsie-daisy moment. Draken looking towards mid, and of course, the Viper, that is Shans, was looking towards the back of side, but he could not finish off that kill. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we are done with game number 2 for the day. 13-5 Metal Esports qualified to the round of 64, and they will be going there pretty easily, pretty comfortably. A couple of rounds that they did give away, but no problem whatsoever. 13-5 is the scoreline that they will live with, and they will be happy about. And once we are heading into game number 3, we will see a lot more action coming, because we've got another big team coming in, another big personality coming in that we haven't seen in quite a while. So I really hope everybody's excited for the next game, because I am, and I'm excited to see that one particular player. You'll see who I'm talking about in just a bit. But before we go there, let's head on to the side of the highlights and have a look at what just went down across both of these teams in this map of Breeze. Because from the get-go, I thought that, you know, after this one thing itself, I was like, okay, you know what? PUGSTARS might not have a chance. But they did have a couple of good rounds. They had a couple of good rounds. In between, the whole disconnection thing kind of threw them off their game a bit. But they're able to put up 5, and I think that's all right.
It's okay at the end of the day. It was not really something you can write home about as a team, but PUGSTARS, they have an opportunity to, you know, become a pretty tough team to beat down the line. But they need to work on their team playing coordination a little bit more. Their mechanical skill is present. I'll give them that much. But some of the bare bones basics are just not as hardwired into their brains as you would hope for. They're playing a bit too aggressively in a lot of different cases. They're just not really, you know, changing up their positions as much as you would hope for. A lot of situations, I've seen the members of Metal just jiggle them out from a corner. They get the information, and the members of PUGSTARS are still willing to stand there regardless. You need to run from time to time, no, correct. You need to reposition yourself in so many different situations, and not really seeing any of that is really what's causing a lot of these issues. But again, Metal, they also are showing a lot of kinks in their armor, and they're over-peaking a lot of corners that they really shouldn't be. Yeah, you can say that they're very confident in the plays that they were making, and that this team didn't really stand a chance against them, but you need to practice that discipline in every single game. Otherwise, you're going to possibly fall into the same trap that you did back in the Community Cup, where you took a pretty heavy loss against Prime 5 when you were the favorites.
Yeah. Well, Metal Esports, good victory that they're going to be taking in, but there's a lot more to come. This is just step one, and there's a lot more to go. 10, 12, 15 more steps to take. As long as they make it through from that qualifier, which is going to be not that easy, my friend, because there's a lot of teams that are going to be coming in to face them. We have L Streak playing later on today, who are going to be looking to come into the qualifier in the top 4. We have even, I'm pretty sure we've got Lethal around the corner as well. We've got a lot of teams in here that are going to be trying to make it to that, top 8 of the group stages. And Metal have just taken their first step.
Looking to be that squad that changes everything right here, right now, but for now at least, hey, one small victory at a time. I have to say though, Big Damn Zero, he's been a pretty phenomenal player. The way that he's been playing, the way that he was able to hit a lot of these shots, it was absolutely insane to watch. And if this is a level of gameplay that you can produce at such an early stage, now that they have played this tournament, now that they have gained some experience at the bare minimum, they can just come back even stronger. They can evolve, they can adapt, just be a squad that we can really look up to and possibly be the next big thing out there for our scene. We never really know. And this is something that is very true. Previously, we used to talk about the side of Weird X in the same way that went over to Reckoning. Now the roster is not really as present as they were before, but every team has its ups and downs. And whenever a team does go down, another one has to rise up. And that's what these tournaments are for, to try and foster a lot of these young talents and bring them up to that level. And possibly the members of PUGSTARS, they could be the next big thing. They have the makings of a good squad. They just need to refine it.
Yeah, and next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have Men of Culture going up against Team
Just like you.
Orgless. Hey, you said it, not me.
Hey,
We've
you're
got-
a man of culture. You always say that.
We've got Men of Culture going up against the side of Team Oculus. And for those of you who might or might not be aware, we've got a pretty special somebody coming back into the competitive scene after a while. But who that is, if you don't know, just stick around. We're gonna have a small little break. Come back to see one of the OG players of our Valorant industry, and of course, not just Valorant, this is from the FPS industry, to make a comeback after quite a while. Stick around. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
From the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics. the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the AMD Ryzen and Windows 11 present the Esports Club Challenger Series powered by Crucial. And we are back yet again with another matchup. This is the third of the day. We've got one more to go after this, but right now this is where everything comes to place. It's been a while, and what I just saw, I'm not quite sure I was ready for this because I didn't know the players that we're going to be seeing right now are in this team.
Yep.
We got two
There's
teams
a
right
lot
now.
of amazing names here.
Yeah,
You
we've got.
never expected this to happen, did you?
No, I had no idea. We've got Men of Culture, a team that is well, I'm not at all doubting that they have Men of Culture in their team. But right now, I think on the other side of things are the players who would say that they've got culture as well. So after a while, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, Hevan onto the scene. We've got Hikka, Sami, we've got KUCF, and we've got Zoid together. Now this
This is a super team right there.
this is quite a team. Let's go to the map reader though. Let's see where the battlefield ends up for them. And it looks like it is going to be Ascent.
It's just gonna be. I don't know. It's kind of like a trip down memory lane where we saw a lot of these big names and they were going to be the up and comers. Ivan making the first initial switch from his old game over onto here. Zoid coming in, being that talent that absolutely took the entire scene by storm. Sami being one of the few players from Bangladesh to break into the Indian scene and just completely take it down a couple of notches and be the up-and-coming rising star and possibly even be compared to the likes of players such as SK Rossi and Deathmaker at the time. You're looking at all of these players coming together once again to finally take on the entirety of South Asia one more time. The Challenger Series pretty much is hyping up to be something very different. We never really expected this, but this team can easily go up to the top 8. And the group stages, goddamn, will be something to remember.
Yeah, well, let's get into the game, ladies and gentlemen. The Scent coming up, and here we've got the Men of Culture going up against what we also know to be the Men of Culture. Currently, they're Orgless.
Yep, they are the Men of Culture because they know exactly what to expect. But again, from the other side, we have to worry a little bit about what kind of plays they could be making. I do see a Euro, but I don't think that Euro is going to come out guaranteed on some control that hard just yet. But Sami with the Phoenix, maybe that could be interesting. You never really know.
Of course. You know, because, a Yoru and Phoenix, how often, when have you ever seen that happen? Even in your ranked games, I don't think you've ever seen that.
Hey, if you're down in gold and silver, maybe.
Well, fair enough, but still, come on. I don't think even those guys would want to go for that combo. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, you guys are fans of these players right here. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because we've got a lot more of this coming up. You want to watch Hevan play again? You want to watch Hikka play again? Go ahead and like the stream, because they're going to be coming back more if they do qualify here, that is. And at the moment, it looks like on the other side, they've got everything settled in. Hevan still sticking to that Yoru. Nah, back to KO he goes. Okay, he's gonna be playing that. Sami locks in the Jet. On the other side of things, we've got a Fade and a Raze as well as a Sage. Okay, interesting. That's a very interesting composition from Men of Culture. A Raze, Sage, Chamber, double Sentinel for the side of Men of Culture, as they have a Sage as well as a Chamber. And on the other side of things, we've got pretty much the standard composition, a double initiator, Sova KO, a Jet to follow it up as well. Pretty much what you would expect, standard procedure from the side of Orgless. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting matchup. It's been a while since we saw these players play, and to see them come back together is going to be very, very refreshing. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you know anybody who's missing out this match, call them up, text them, send them the link of this stream right now, send them whatever it is required. Get them to come and watch these players back at their best, because, well, they're performing right here, right now, and they're going to be able to for a bit, but who knows for how long. So go ahead, get your friends, get them to the Esports Club, and maybe you can see these players make it to the top 4 or the top 8 of the qualifiers. Never know what's going to happen. For the moment, Orgless and Men of Culture up against each other on the map of Ascent. Here we go.
Really hyped and pumped for this one, dude. It's been so long since we last got to see something like this. And hey, maybe Sami, you can turn things up a little bit here, trying to go in for that first initial little bit of a frag, but he's gonna back off immediate, gets the information that he needs to, and he's like, nope, I'm not doing this. Not today, not anytime soon. Working his way up one step at a time. And with this, they gain the information that they need, but Andy, beautiful shot, takes down Hyvan early, and that's the kill. That's going to initiate the fight. Mid control 2B established. But Sami, I think he has something else to say about
Spike down mid.
Well, Zoid takes out 2. Hika with 1 as well. Hika doubles up. Zoid and Hika doing the work for their team, as Gaurav is the only one left for himself. And he's fending off a huge stack of players here. Takes out 1. Sami turns around, but KUCF will take him down. And with that, it is going to be the pistol round taken by the side of the defense. Evan might have lost his life, but he did pretty much enough to give them a little bit of information, and he's going to take it.
Yep. It's a want to know. Pretty standard, nothing really out of the ordinary for a squad of their caliber. Take the first initial pistol round, yes, but again, you cannot get too complacent. We don't really know exactly what the Men of Culture are capable of, and there's a reason why we called them that as well. So this could be a possible thrifty, or they could be mentally preparing for the next round. A little bit of an off-put smoke, and I'm pretty sure that UCF will kind of be kicking himself for that one.
Zoid's taken out God up towards the B side, and while he had pushed up quite a bit, there is an A side hit here looking him, and they know that the B side is clear. Havan's gone up to the lower mid, and he should be able to get a feeding frenzy here, afraid of multiple angles, but he's gonna walk into a lot of players, takes out 2 at the bare minimum, and he's done more than enough. 4 versus 2. Weapon on the hands of Booty Hunter, as they are now stuck towards practically their own spawn, and Hika would be happy to send them back exactly where they spawned from. Towards where they go. Hika spotted out Booty Hunter, I believe he did.
Yeah, he spotted the head.
Yeah, now the sound cue has been given as well. They know exactly where they're heading into. Pincered by 3 different sides.
One enemy
And
remaining.
before even Hika can come in for the backstab, Sami and KUCF will take out the players left.
I think his name was Kusef.
Kusef? Yeah. You know, I was afraid I wouldn't pronounce it properly, so I was just being respectful. You know, I don't want to.
I think it was Kusef.
Kusef, yeah, it was. I think it was Kusef, yeah. I know. I watched him play.
Yeah, we all watched him play. He's a very old player. As I said, this is literally as if I'm going back to being a grandpa. I feel like a grandpa wherever I go these days.
That's just because you're old, Aggie. That's just because you're old.
Older than me, universe.
Yeah, but you're the one who feels like a grandpa. So joke's on you, buddy. Well, Andy takes out 1. There's a lot more to go. This buy round isn't looking too pretty. Forgive me, is looking pretty for the side of the attack. Evan wants to give them a bit of chipping damage with the grenade. Does not allow them to take up the orb. The knife will clear out B main almost entirely, as Evan now hoping he can push up. will reposition themselves as they're not giving up this B-side hit. And look at Gaurav. He's walking into the hands of Sami. But Sami's
I
got a
think this.
Marshal.
Oh
Oh,
god, this
Sami's
is
a little
timing.
confused. Yeah, Gaurav has got the perfect timing. And he's taken out another. And that's all they need. Pick by pick, they get them out. This is how they probably defeat them. Gaurav finds Sami. It's a 2 versus 4 now. Kusuf and Hika find 3. Hika doing the work of
Absolute
God.
god.
Spike down B.
Out of charges.
He's just doing it all, man. One by one, he's able to take it all away.
30 seconds
And
left.
Gaurav, it's all up to you. 49 HP in a dream. The man's already been hit with a Marshal, and a couple of bullets from that Spectre will be the thing that sends him back down to hell. 2-0. Possibility of a 3-0. This bonus is pretty much guaranteed to happen because even if he picks up the spike, he needs to run in towards that B side to try and find this one out.
10 seconds
He needs
left.
to try and survive for as long as he possibly can. Get a kill with a wall bang maybe, but yep, that's not gonna happen. That's gonna be a swing. That's gonna be the jiggle. And that is the save as well. Grav's not gonna be able to get anything done. Possibly save out this Vandal for a rainy day here, but they could possibly take him out. Beautiful kill on towards the face of Kusuf. And that's another one. Orgless.
You know,
They went off to a pretty good start.
yeah, thanks to Hika, of course. He's the one who sat on that B side, did not give up his life for good measure, and found 3 towards that lane. And he's going to be able to put his team up for the bonus as well. Now, what I am worried about is whether or not the side of... wow, I just lost all motor functions together. Whether the side of Orgless are going to
Master
be
loses
able...
his sense of words.
Strike is down.
It just happens, okay? Well, let's see if
Spike
Oculus are going to
down,
be able to
B.
lose the momentum because right now, Gaurav! Well, challenging Sami like that is not the best of choices. Heavan pushing up as well. One man left and he's going to be taken out as well. It looks like the players of Orgless are looking pretty strong at the moment. And it doesn't matter what they've got in terms of the team taglines that they're wearing. Currently, they are without an org competitively at least. You know, the one thing that I would like to see is the one thing that Heavan is famous for. He isn't called the Great Indian Lurker for no reason. He is the Lurker of India, right? And I would love to see that from him. But so far, because he's playing the KO, he can't afford to do the looks, right? You get it, Aggie?
Is that an intentional smoke?
That is a one-way smoke, I believe. Yeah, it is an intentional smoke.
I don't think so. How can that be a one-way?
Kusuf is the only one who can answer that. And the Prowler does not detect anything, and Sami, hoping that he's gonna be able to do the... Oh, no. Gets detected, gets away. The Nightfall comes through. Does not give them any value except for Sami. They're gonna be breaking down the wall as soon as it's put up. As the plant will go down, and it's a 5v5. Well executed, take a site, but can they hold on to it? Utility is at a scarce for the side of the attack. And look at where Heavan already is. He's hoping that the backstab... Oh, wait, what?
Oh my god! That went above his head! Good god, that's gonna be
you
a
sure?
thing that's probably gonna haunt him for the rest of his life. Ouch!
Are you sure that went above his head? But look at where Gaurav is hiding.
Hey, look at the guy behind the wall!
Yeah,
Oh,
Gaurav.
it's behind it! He's stuck, he can't get out!
Oh my god. Now he's gonna be spotted. They're not able to find these kills, and Kusuf has no idea. Does he? He will get him, but no defuse. What the hell just happened? What was this round?
This was just a lot of confusion all at once. Heavan missed a very crucial shot, and Gaurav just sat behind the sage wall and he didn't even move. If that went up, oh! He overflicked it slightly to the left side. I just checked the instant replay, dude. That's actually sad.
Oh boy. He's not gonna like that. Heavan,
I
come
gotta
back.
love the producer to show that again.
Well, you'll probably see that in the highlights later after the match, but right now, a good round from the side of the attack. Gaurav with the tour de force, hoping that he's going to be able to get a kill, but it's going to be Zoid to do it instead. A little late to hit the trigger there, Gaurav. Should have gotten that kill way before Zoid had. And Andy gets blinded, he gets killed. And the revive comes through, but Sami's taken out the reviver. And with that, oh, out comes the showstopper. He's not going to be Hika's counterpart. Evan goes down and glitch.
Nice shot.
A pre-fire to Zoid.
Glitch in the system.
Yep, indeed. And now it's a 2v1. The spike is in the heralds of the defense. But Glitch, he's got no utility to work with. Spotted out as well. Gets way into the B side with just about 30 HP. And goes for the orb. I mean, he's going to get the orb anyway, even if he dies. So he doesn't want to give it to them. But if he dies, he won't need to give it to them because the orb will disappear. Holding, hoping that somebody walks into his crosshair. Not going to be the case. Has a smoke available. And they actually walk back. They're like, okay, let's just play with the spike. He could be anywhere now. The smoke, he smokes himself off actually from the B main. And he's still towards B main.
Yeah, he's just saving at this point. The spike's on towards mid. He needs to make his way out there. Sami, yeah, I don't think he's going to give anything away there for long. Has the perfect angle, knows the timing, expects the position, gets the headshot as well. 5-1. That's easy cleanup for him. And Sami, there's a reason why his team has 2 S's. Gets a crisp tap and a 5-1 scoreline to boot.
Oh boy. Well, yet again, that could have been very difficult for the side of the defense, but they will still hold on. Sami gets it, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, 5-1, the scoreline coming up. Yet again, an eco for the side of Men of Culture, as not able to put themselves up on the board as much as you would expect. Zoid, hoping that somebody walks in towards him, towards this B side. He's got support as well. Evan throws in the knife to get himself information, and information in plenty he's got. Zoid. I love that crosshair though. Talking about crosshairs, here's a crisp one from Sami. Goes for the kill, needs one headshot. Oh, beautiful Sami. Looking for more. Got ahead.
He doesn't even care.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Last player standing.
Kusuf takes out Glitch. Kusuf gets out Booty Hunter as well. 6-1. Beautiful stuff. Unfortunately, one man hasn't been having quite the game that he was expecting, and that's Evan. That one small little flick onto Omen, my god, that's just so visually avid in my head still. It's just so sad when that happens to you, man. When it happens to somebody else, you laugh about it, sure, but when it happens to you, that's when you feel the depth of pain and torture that this game provides. Along with the fun, of course. Sure. Sami gets away, detected, I believe, gets bitten by the problem, but okay, Hika, alright, Hika. Okay. He will get one through the smoke as if it's just another day in work, and it's instantly down to a 3v5.
Looking for the last couple, that's a swing! Kusuf doesn't really find the perfect shot that he wants to there. Just fall back, and Andy caught out with a shock dart, and that's going to be a little bit of chip damage over from both sides. They need to run on away. Glitch nearly met his maker for a second there, but they're holding. They're trying to enter on towards the A side. They know for a fact that they're royally screwed. And Hika still holding on to the ultimate. Doesn't really want to use it here. Saving it for a rainy day down the line. And Hyvan, he wants to try and redeem himself for the miss that he had previous, and maybe this is the opportunity that he's gonna get to turn things around. But look at Sami. He's in such a good spot. Can smoke off this one trap to turn things around in his favor. But Zoid and Hyvan, they're there. They are gonna be going in for the cleanup. Beautiful. Orgless, they have every form of avenue under control for this map.
They most certainly did, and now we only have about a couple of more rounds until this looks like it's going to be, you know, ending in the favor of the one team that is on top of things right now. They've got a lot of ultimates to work with as well. The tour de force, forgive me, I say the tour de force, I say the null command, the higher Hunter's Fury, and it looks like the B side is where this is going to be coming in. Knives going out, there's a lot of utility being dropped across both sides. They've got advanced positioning, but they don't know where Zoid is, but Zoid actually eats it up with no support. And Andy stuck in this corner with 3 HP. As Hika's ultimate does not really provide him the value that he required. Sami's got the control of back of B, the entrance. And Party Boy is going to walk into his crosshair just to die. And Sami's playing with the bodies of his opponents at the moment. He's just hitting them one after the other. The smoke comes up finally to cover themselves out. But Sami's unrelenting.
He's just not stopping anytime soon. Pulls out the shorty and he's just corralling them over to one specific corner. Where do you even run? You have two players pushing you from two different side lines. Ivan's gonna be throwing in the flash. He's expecting a peek and a play. Sami comes in again with the operator and Ivan is setting everything up. Beautiful tap over towards the face of Booty Hunter. And Andy tries to be the game changer, but Sami, he's the one who's gonna be changing the game instead. 8-1, and as he fans himself off after such spicy shots, he knows that his squad is going to take this map away.
Oh boy. Orgless looking pretty strong. Economy in the highest numbers possible. Slowly growing more and more as well. As they now look for a 11-1 half as their opponents yet again on an eco. This time pushing in towards a shot, it seems. Forgive me, towards mid, where Evan, waiting for them, finds two, but will get taken out by Gaurav. The one-way smoke towards shot does not stop Sami in his tracks, as he will go into the smoke that's for the ripping shot. A drone to come out of there to spot them out. Tags up one. All three players are actually present here. Sami gets the flick onto one, looking for more. Sami does not want to stop, and oh, glitch. That smoke is not a perfect wall, my friend. It's not gonna stop them from peeking out. Out go the three, and they take out Party Boy YT.
I give you a universe out of 10 for that.
Thank you. Exactly what I'm hoping for.
Oh, that was a perfect one. Just like these shots, man. Sami, he's in the zone. As soon as he switched out his crosshair, he's a completely different man. Changed it all up and took it all back home, one after the other. 9-1 and the possibility of an 11-1 pretty much right around the corner. Sami, rock in your favorite weapon here as well, Universe. The shorty in his hand for the secondary. And yep, I think he's looking to close things out right here and right now.
Sami holding down that one-way smoke angle, takes out the bot, and now they know the operator's here. Do they really want to challenge this? The Nightfall actually comes his way, and he doesn't mind being taken into this. He wants them to know he's here because he wants to take in the challenge. Kusa finds both towards the A main as he swings out from the side of Wines. And now it's on to Andy, who's in the smoke, and he has no clue where actually Sami is. Goes down to Heaven from Heaven.
Down A.
And that's going to be a 3v2 now. He's got a pretty good weapon to work this out, but he can actually make it work. They've spotted him out. So his Headhunter and the Total Force go down for just a couple of seconds, but just enough for him to tuck himself in this towards short corner and get it back in his hands. But now they know where this approach is going to be, and look at where exactly the Omen's coming from. We got Glitch on the backstab, and I'm not quite sure if Hika's going to be expecting this. He is looking towards that angle, and Heaven's taking out the teammate. Now it's left on to one man only. And Glitch is walking straight. Yeah, Hika knows this. Hika's gonna take him out. 10-1. And brilliantly done.
You're just not gonna be mentally prepared for that as well. Glitch, the thing is, he took way too long to try and go in for this play. The fact that he really did not push out with his teammate right in the nick of time is one of the main reasons why this happened. If Glitch was a lot more closer to the angle, yeah, there was a good chance that things could have been different there, but doesn't really seem to be the case. Sami leading the charge with the kills, man. 16-4 on the Jet on his comeback game as well for such a big tournament. He knows how to show off, and he's showing to the entire world that he still got it.
Oh wow, okay. Sami actually getting away from that. Oh my god, that was so close. Sami getting away from that was such a tricky situation, but he still gets it though. And it's just about time that this should be a game closed out from the side of Orgless. As enough culture, as much as culture that they develop in their games, not gonna give them the culture of victory, it seems. Sami gets one. Sami does not find the second though, and now the backstab comes in towards from the B side. Kusif looks for one, spams down the second, and both of the remaining players are on side. The spike will go down,
Spike
but
planted.
in this last round,
Last
no
player standing.
utility available for any of the players, and a triple peak is the worst nightmare that Booty Hunter could have dreamt about. And with that, 11-1, ladies and gentlemen, Orgless seamlessly passing through this round of 128.
It's kind of expected when you have a roster like this. It's star-studded. Everyone's been on the top echelon. Everyone has competitive experience and also have the young blood that they need to succeed. They're just going to keep on evolving throughout this entire tournament. And this is just one stepping stone for their evolution and for their Final Four. But to reach that stage, they got to get through a couple of more rounds to get that first win, head on down over to the round of 64. But honestly, Universe, I believe that this squad could just go the distance.
Yeah, I do think so as well. If they're able to, find themselves that strategic movement across the teams that are going to be a little bit more difficult to face off in the time to come, I'm pretty sure that Orgless should be able to find themselves exactly what they need. Oh, wait.
Oh, that is sad. The railings.
Really? Come on, I don't think so. There's no
Yeah,
way.
that's the railing. That's the railing. That's the
Yeah,
railing.
but that's such a thin railing. It's not supposed to block off an entire distractionary.
You're talking about Brito. Did you forget?
Well, okay, I guess so. But they're not even approaching mid, so it's not going to be a problem for them at the moment.
Free
as,
weapon. Free weapon moment. Never mind.
Okay, Booty Hunter gets one. Might have gone for the second. When it comes out, the A side is actually left empty because they were expecting to be a mid and B hit. As the plant goes down, the pistol round. Oh boy, there's the glitch of the boom bot. Zoid gets away, does not hit a shot, but he's got more to give from where that came. Kusov takes out one, and the side of the defense is now struggling for information. They've got no idea. Spot out Hiccup. They know the trail of two players is towards A main, so they're gonna hope that they do something towards that side. Zoid takes out one. They're picking out one after the other, and that's exactly what's their mistake. Hiccup finds the last one, and while the side of Men of Culture did give a lot of damage, it was not enough to bring everyone down to 0.
Just perfect on that regard. 12-1, man. Not the 13-0 that we expected, but the possibility of a 13-1 pretty much guaranteed if we do not see a second win coming in from the Men of Culture. Will their culture get them through this, or will the level with the years of experience, from the members of Orgless 5 be the thing that triumphs over them is the real question. But I do believe that I need to rephrase that question. When is it gonna happen?
Look at that A push!
It's gonna happen. And that A push was pretty good. I will have to say that they expected the A push to come in, but as soon as B main was open, they're like, yep, it's an A push, boys. We are gonna run it towards that B side, and we are gonna be staying in there like as if it's no tomorrow. But the B main sideline, there's so many players pushing this one out. The trades need to be perfect, but no trades happen. Zoid and High Bonner just able to shut it all down. And ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be the final kill as well from Sami. Orgless, they take it all away, man. The 13-1 scoreline to end things off in style.
Well, we expected it to be a domination scoreline, and it is one. While it took a little bit of time, to be honest, they were playing it a little meticulously. They didn't really, yeah. I kind of felt like this was not as short of a game that the scoreline suggests, right? They took their time, the opponents, and they did quite a bit of damage when it came to, trying to properly execute some stuff. They got a couple of good plants when they forgive me, a couple of good retakes when it came. Uh, uh, did I say retakes? I mean, a couple of good plants when it came to the attack. Men of Culture executes towards the A side and the B side both, where they did get into the side, found the plant, but the side of Orgless are just, well, they're masters of their art. They know what they're doing. They know where to get in. They know how to get in, and they know when to get in. So they are absolutely going to go through no shackles that stop them whatsoever. They will go on to the round of 64 where they will be awaiting another team, which we will see it is going to be. But for the moment, that's about it is for this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. We've got one more to come, which is probably going to be the highlight match of today. L Streak Esports going up against ROG Academy. Now that is quite the matchup that we've got. But looking at what we just saw, let's just talk about what just happened. Seeing this team was such a good relief. Let's go to the highlights as you see back to what we happened to witness. Hevan back on the server, Hika, Sami. Pretty much what we love to see. These players are very loved in the community, and to have them back together in a single team is pretty amazing.
Especially when you have a superstar player like Zoid as well. The man's been grinding. You have to remember, Zoid really did start from nothing. And look at the stage he is on now. He's respected as a player in this community, and he is just evolving over and over again. And the man is very humble. You have to remember, as a player, he knows when he makes those mistakes, and he will beat himself up for it, but he will also improve and evolve because of it in so many different scenarios. You gotta love it when you see it. The members of Orgless 5, I said Orgless 5. I'm so used to saying Orgless 5. Everyone has the Orgless 5 thing on it. The members of Orgless, sorry. I think this is the best spot for him. He will evolve, he will adapt, and he will learn from such experienced players on this team. And I do believe this could easily turn into the next super team if you give them enough time. And possibly, hey, an Org could just pick them up considering the fact of how much talent this one squad has. But again, we have to talk about a key factor universe. We always consider teams like this to be the next super team, but unless they stand the test of time, I don't think it's going to happen. Not anytime soon.
Yeah, it is. It has to be a longevity that they need to, showcase the performances through. Because if they're not able to beat the team that comes up next, and then the next, and then the next, it's gonna be quite a difficult situation for them. Even though they have a super team, they've got pretty great players who are individually absolutely thrilling to watch. It's only gonna help them so far if they're not able to build up on that team chemistry and work it all the way through. But for now, they've taken the first step here, aggressive, and they should be looking at another bit of, victory in the next game. If at all, it is somebody who they're going to be able to wipe out in the same manner. Or is it going to be a super team that comes to face up against them again?
That's what we really have to see. But hey, it's alright. Because for now, we're just going to live in the moments of these highlights. Shots were clean, everything was down to perfection, and each and every member really did show up for the squad. Ivan had a couple of whips here and there, but honestly, that's just free content for us to post on our Instagrams, of course. Make sure to follow us there and give us a like, and everywhere, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, because you do not want to miss out on any of the action that the Esports Club has in store for you, because it's going to be a month-long journey. Don't forget that. This is just Qualifiers 1, at day number 1 of round of 128. There's tons of content to be had. We have even more series for other games going on as well. You don't want to miss out on any of that. And hey, for the teams, they're going to be hyped. They're going to be prepped. They're going to be ready. But for us, we need to mentally prepare ourselves for the ROG Academy game. But for now, we're going to be heading on down over into a short break. We're going to be setting that one up, and we'll be right back to you after a short little word from our sponsors.
the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics. from the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the AMD Ryzen and Windows 11 presents the Esports Club Challenger Series powered by Crucial. Your boy Aggressive is back on the hot seat one more time with his main man universe. And I think we weren't around the world in 80 days. We started off with a stomp, started off with a secondary stomp. On the third game, we saw something that we never really even expected to come true. A super team in the making that we were completely surprised by. And right at the very end, we are possibly going to have the closest game for the day. ROG Academy going up against L Streak could just be an interesting affair because ROG Academy, yeah, they're a squad that have been picked up over and over again. You have to remember ROG Academy, they pick up new roster every single year, I do believe. And this is another brand new iteration of their roster to try and build up a super talent. And as we head on down over towards the map video screen, we're going to witness exactly what will be picked up for us for the battlegrounds itself. And yeah, it's going to be a scent, a very standardized composition. But the funny thing is, I don't believe there's a possibility that this could go down over to an overtime. Possibly a 13-9 favoring the side of L Streak, because I know the players on L Streak and what they're capable of, but ROG Academy, they have a lot to prove.
Yeah, they most certainly do. I think that L Streak have got a pretty great squad. They've got some pretty great individual players. They've put in together quite a bit of interesting players from across the region of South Asia. We've got, of course, Soulmate, who's a pretty great, controller player. He's actually pretty versatile, plays the Sentinel as well, Initiator at times if need be. Soulmate's one of the best, individually gifted players out there. You've got Smoker as well. Again, another versatile player. We've, of course, got Zeno. We've got even Equinox and Relic, who was into Ripper. So this is a team which has, they have a very versatile players across the board. Everybody has got that role where they can fit into multiple slots of a team, whether it be controller, initiator, duelist, secondary initiator, sentinel, whatever you want to call it. Every single person on this team can fill in that role. Whereas ROG Academy, they've got a set of new talents right now, and they need to prove themselves because in the recent past, ROG Academy not really had, the best of, tournaments. But let's hope that this is going to be their difference maker. If they're able to beat L Streak Esports here, it would set a precedent on one of the biggest statements that they could have put down. But to put that statement down, you need to pick up a pen, start writing, and to write against L Streak is not something that's easy. Let's go to the agent selection, ladies and gentlemen, as we've got the players locked and loaded in. And ROG Academy on split. They've got Oni, Zukob, Ghost, and Tamo, who I've known. I know Tamo. I know I've played with him as well. And of course, Savage Yoda. On the other side of things, we got Soulmate, Smoker, Equinox, Zeno, and of course Relic. And they've locked in an Astra and a Killjoy. Pretty much different from what we saw in the previous lineup, didn't we? We saw the Chamber being utilized across both teams. Here, we're seeing the Killjoy being utilized across both teams. Oh wait, and Chamber's also here. Okay.
Position. Okay.
A no duelist comp.
I understand the ideology that they're going for though here, Universe. Think of it like this. Personally, I love the composition that has been picked up by L Street. This composition allows them to use their utility to be aggressive, and that Chamber will act as the pseudo duelist to try and take entry.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, there's a problem for this though. Why do you think the composition of a Jet and a Chamber is so powerful? Not because the Jet has now the freedom to just rifle and allow the Chamber to be the primary operator. It's because the Chamber is the best secondary entry that you can hope for. The guy can watch a lurk, he can get out of fights very easily, and And then utilize the space being made by the Jet without really having a lot of risk involved. Now the Chamber needs to rely on the Fade, on the Astra to make the space for him with the usage of utility instead of him having that trade potential readily available to him in a lot of different scenarios. So this requires a lot more pristine communication to come in from the two members that are already being played here. I don't know if the members of L3 have that level of synergy just yet in their roster. That's what we really need to find out. Otherwise, this could be a steep decline to a possible L on their side.
Well, let's begin and find out who's going to take the side of, the L. But L Streak look like they've got one to give, if not take. Towards the A side, they move in, and Soulmate's actually taken out Tamo. Okay.
It's the lineup that we love.
Yeah, that lineup absolutely destroys Tamo, and there's no smokes available for the side of the defense. Relic finds one. Oni will get a trade back, as the plant will go down. Soulmate's hand, and it is a 3v4. Two players are very low on the side of the attack, and they need to hold on and play these crossfire angles as they decide to push up towards shot. This is a little bit complicated, but Relic actually finds both of them. Even though he's low on health, he gets two towards shot, and Oni with the trade back is gonna go down instantly to Zeno. That's gonna be the pistol for the side of L Streak. I was gonna say lethal for a second looking at the L, but my bad.
Prowlers were not even used. Zeno's just chilling with both of his Prowlers, so he has ample amounts of money in the following round as well. Even if they lose out here, good economic control when it came down to the start and to the very end. And now the real question will start to arise. What ROG Academy's plan is as of current. Do they want to go in for an aggressive rush? And I really do believe that they need to. That's what they're exactly going in for. Fast take over towards mid. Probably going to be a catch and a bag. But Zeno, fighting up a bit more than you can chew here, buddy. You don't even have any backup to go with you. Yep, it looks to be bad, but again, there's one person to always pick up the pieces, and it's gonna be the last remaining members of the side of LS.
Well, Oni, he and his team had a little bit of damage done. They've taken out two players, but not more. He's got a weapon to work with, and he can cause damage. He's heard a player moving in towards high mid, and they're not exactly sure where he is. They got the spike in their hand, though. So, well, Streak gonna be comfortable for the moment. Back towards high mid they come. No, actually, they're going towards A main. As Oni, weighted by Smoker, is gonna find the kill. A good eco, I would say, dropping down two players, and with a little bit of investment that did come in from Ghost, as now ROG prepare for their first buy.
First buys are the most important ones as well. A technical pause will be taken to try and fix out some problems. And you have to remember that a couple of these players are not really situated in India just yet. A couple of them are playing from other regions, it's primarily Pakistan, so yeah, there will be some issues here and there to try and fix out in a lot of different situations. But again, it's pretty clean, you do have to say. LS, they're showcasing that their team has the synergy and coordination that they need to push their way in. But the real question is, for how long are they going to be able to retaliate like this? Without a duelist, your attacking side is slightly weaker. And one of the main reasons why I say slightly is because you don't have that brute force entry, but what you do have is methodical entry with the usage of utility that relies on the first initial pick to come in or a possible mistake to come in from the members of ROG Academy. And ROG Academy, still being a roster that is trying to build up slowly but surely, will make those mistakes. And if LS are able to grab onto it in time, that's a free pick and a free side entry right then and there.
Yep. Tamo picking up a little bit of information as he slides in towards Vines, and he's got support as well. As Oni's actually pushing up, and he's pushing up all alone. This could be a problem. Oni, he's got 4 players on the other side, chooses otherwise and gets back slowly. The flash comes in from the other side. They spot one. Smoker ready for the peek from Tamo. They're gonna try and put him out of there, and he will get out while he still had a little bit of wriggling space over there he could have utilized. He just peeked out to die. And now they've lost their smoker yet again pretty early on. A Vandal to be picked up. Oni still in this corner. Able to find one. Looking for the second. They're still not checking this. Shade comes in. Still a 3v3. They're keeping it alive. As everybody from both the teams is situated right here. Savage takes out one as Zeno falls, and now they've got a Chamber and KO left on the board. As Soulmate will go down to Ghost, and the one man left is Smoker, and he's only good for one. A lot of damage being done over here as they drop 3 weapons, and honestly, I'd consider that a great bonus for the side of Elstreak.
Perfect amount of damage to get done, and they're able to hold and retaliate as well beautifully. Nothing really to be said because that buy round was pristine. They got the frags that they needed. Was a pretty rough early start because Tamao, if he was able to survive for a little while longer, it would have been a bit more cleaner. As you just stated, this is still pre-nerfed KO, sorry, pre-buffed KO. So even if you're standing behind a wall, his fragments are not going to affect you. So it's a pretty tough spot to be in, but regardless, they're able to survive for as long as they possibly can. Tamao, though, again, a bit too much of a forward angle, but if he gets cleared out, it could spell doom for them. But with this one prowler, that's going to be a catch and possibly a bag. Yep, that's a bag.
Yeah, catch in a bag as the ace side opens up for them. Savage is on towards heaven, but there's only so much he can do in terms of retaliation. Out comes Zeno, finds one. Zukop to get the trade back, and Equinox is on the lurk. He can come in for a late A-shot push, and he will find his counterpart. But Zukop is aware of it. Savage loses his drone as Equinox will make Zukop lose his life. And there's only one man left who's going to be taken out by Soulmate. No, it's going to be Relic. 1 and 3. And the no duelist composition seems to be working out for them pretty well so far.
Composition-wise, they're making things work perfectly. It's a 1 and 3, so not done just yet. Because this round, the members of ROG, they need to opt to go in for a save. They want to try and stabilize their economy. Stabilizing your economy is possibly one of the things that a lot of teams have a tendency of just not really considering. But the fact that ROG have already taken proper matters to get this save down perfectly without really investing into anything else is a smart idea. Because if they are able to get this one down, they have enough money to not only buy this round, but also buy in the following round with a couple of half shields. So that's perfect. Securing those 2-round buys is the most important part. With a flash and possibly a couple of more kills, things could be better. But Soulmate, yeah, he's just not going to give anything away. Double kill for him with Smoker getting one more onto Ghost.
Yeah. A pretty standard routine here, given that the opponent is on the pistols only. And Zukop's the last one left, and he's got nothing but a shorty to work with. And they are not going to let him breathe even for a second. They're waiting for him to come through, and he's just stuck inside gardens, hoping that somebody walks into this small little corner here, and he's able to get a free kill. But he's being hounded by 4 different players, and he's ready for them. Relic might just walk into the trap, but he will get him before he can shoot that second barrage of bullets. Another round for the side of Elstreak, as they look pretty comfortable here, Aggie, don't they?
This is their home. You can see that for sure. RG, smart idea. Opting to go in for that immediate timeout because they understand this is where they need to break the momentum. That's pretty good. They can finally switch up their strategies and they can start thinking about what exactly is going wrong. So, Universe, let's talk about the primary flaw I'm really witnessing between both of these teams and what ROG is doing quite haphazardly. They're giving away map control way too easily, and they're not using their utility to try and regain it back or slow down the attackers for as long as they possibly can for the rotations to come in. The rotations come in so late that they can't even do anything, and the utility usage from Elstreak is slightly more stingy than... Sorry, not Elstreak, ROG Academy, slightly more stingy than you would hope for. You have a KO, you have a Sova, you have a Killjoy on your side, ample amounts of utility to play around it, slow down the attackers, gain some information, allow your teammates to go in for those rotations, or even if you don't want to do something like that, just use a smoke a bit more further in, so if they push in, they're pretty much pushing into the unknown without any forms of info. a Fade can only give you slight amounts of information before she gets her ultimate online. So you can utilize that to your advantage. I'm not witnessing any of that. Trying to go through the weak points of Elstreak's composition is one of the key ways that ROG Academy are going to be able to win. Otherwise, it won't look that good. Just look at how far they have gone back. This is what I mean. Where's the utility to try and stop them? There's absolutely nothing, and they're just rushing in towards the side. Again.
Last player standing.
Oh, well. Zukov has taken out one. He's got two more. He takes out one more who's unnoticed about his position. Zukov has got the superior angle. Goes for the classic. Not connecting. It will in the end. As all three bullets hit like the Bermuda Triangle. And Zukov clutches out a round for his team.
You know, this was not supposed to be a win. I think we can all agree they did not expect a third player to be inside of that boathouse. An absolute Chad Zukov. He literally got it right at the very end and came in clutch. But again, Universe, the problem still stands. You need to utilize your utility to stop the attackers from pushing in too quickly. You are not able to get a proper hold of the site by then. You are not mentally prepared to start taking those engagements, and that's when your gunfights start to fail the most. But Ghost seems to be taking the matters into his own hands, and Zeno was not prepared for that kill. What happened there? How did he die? Wait a second. What? Wait. Universe? Can you be on defender side at spawn on top of the box and actually get an angle onto mid?
I am sure.
I think so, because Ghost did not move from spawn. I was watching the minimap. He got an angle from spawn, not from mid, somewhere from the alleyway.
Well, we're gonna have to look at that in the replay yet again. Just find out what exactly it was. But right now, Elstreak moving in towards the A side. They've got Equinox finding one. The blind comes through. And oh no, whoa, no! Camo! Wait, what?
That gravity wall just saved him. The gravity wall was the biggest save of his career.
Well, it looks like it's not gonna save his teammates. His opponents. Only takes out one, and now it's just one man left towards shot and one on site who's coming into support towards shot. They're going for the double peek. Soulmate finds one, but no idea that Zukov is here as well, and Zukov finds both of them. Another 3k for this man to shut out the ground for his team. And now let's have a look at what exactly Agi was talking about. No,
That's not gonna show it. That was very early on.
Placing alarm bot.
Like, you could see the shock on Zeno's face. I think that Zeno was not mentally prepared for that at all.
Placing swarm grenade.
Oh boy. Well, now that we do have a little bit of a close matchup here, let's see what we can expect of this no duelist lineup in the rounds to come, because they need to do a lot more work here, it seems. The side of Elstreak. Equinox and Ghost will trade back in terms of their teammates, as yet again Equinox.
Smart. That was
This
very
guy
smart.
is just walking out as a killjoy and finding the first frags.
That was a really smart play. Throw the nanostorm, immediately go in for a swing, just divert their attention even for a microsecond. And that's the thing. If you're able to get those millisecond levels of play, that's gonna be perfect. And Soulmate, no! You got a bit too overzealous there, buddy. Could have just waited one more second for that play to occur perfectly before going in for that fight. And now with the short push coming in, Equinox with a triple kill. The man's looking for an ace. But I don't think Elstreak's gonna give him that anytime soon.
Well, he does have one player right close by to get that fourth kill. He's going up towards heaven now because he really wants it.
Planted.
That recon will throw him off his position, but back up he goes. Eats a little bit of that chipping damage from the shock dart, but he still has two players walking out. Gets one. Equinox will not get the ace, but he's done more than enough for his teammates to win this round. Only that flash proves to be useless as Soulmate just taps him out of existence. Number 5 for Elstreak as they keep on moving ahead.
Another thing that has really risen in popularity is the Vandal over the Phantom. everyone was using the Phantom back in the day. Now the Vandal's the primary weapon of use. It's kind of interesting when you think about it. Anyone who used the Vandal was heavily shunned upon, and now if you use the Phantom, everyone just hates you. I don't really understand how the meta is shifted like that.
You see, the Vandal is... It's just better. Come on.
No, statistically, the Phantom is much more of a better weapon.
Well, while we're talking about Phantoms and Vandals, there's been a huge barrage of exchanged kills towards mid and B. And it looks like the defense is in the driving seat right now. They stun Zukob as they try to spam him down. The wall does go down. And Relic will find him as the smoke dissipates away. As L-Streak bring it down to a 2v2. An ultimate available to stop the plant and comes down a little too late. And both the players are split across as they now go in for that short peek. And Ghost will find them one after the other. I don't know what was that thought process in that moment, but a double peek was necessary, not a one-by-one swing towards Ghost to find it pretty easily.
It's Ghost verified. Yeah, the perfect angle to work with. And my oh my, he was able to find it as well. RG Academy, they're putting up a pretty good fight, and just as we expected, Universe, this match can easily go the distance.
Turret out.
It most certainly can. Couple of ultimates to work with here across both sides. The Killjoys and the KOs both have their ultimates. So that's like a double counter to both of the ultimates. But yeah, it's going to be the KOs that actually make the difference, I believe, here. The A side, the knife goes out from Soulmate, but does not give any value. But the recon from Savage does. The Defender ultimate already popped up. That's way too early, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe a bit too early, but I think he used it to try and force the opponents back over onto mid. That's a smart play, but that Omen smoke coming in from the defense is slightly questionable. RG Academy, if they're going to use that defensive Killjoy ultimate that early and go in for a mid push, they need to communicate that. But
yeah, because
they
right
gave
now,
up way too early.
Yeah, they just absolutely left it out. They've got the A short side in control. They don't know what's towards A main. And the B side looking like it's going to be absolutely torn apart by the side of the attack. The recon going to come in from the defense anytime now. It's not going to give anything away. There's a lot of players coming in. There goes the ultimate from L-Streak, which means there's no ultimates popping out from the other side. Their KO cannot pop in his own ultimate as they head into the side. Soulmate takes a fight, will get traded out. He dies, but he will and can be revived as Tamo tries to ult to the back of side, teleports himself, but only to be cancelled.
30 seconds left.
5 versus 3. It doesn't matter that Soulmate runs in and dies. He's brought back to his feet.
That's a restart that he wanted and the restart that the entire team can gain. Soulmate over towards the back, possibly getting something done. The flash is going to give information away, but because of the Fade ultimate, it's just even more of a problem. They're just running in one, but Odie, he's going to activate his demonic state and he's going to be the aggressive one that we'd hope for, but just not going to be the case, buddy. 4 and 6, and my god, the members of LS, the fact that they got these 6 rounds already on the side of attack is more than enough for the team. And you know that here, Universe, as soon as you get those 6 rounds, especially when you have a no duelist composition, you are golden for your defense. And anything after this scoreline is just brownie points for you.
Indeed. It is brownie points just to keep yourself in the lead when you go into the second half, and it looks like the L-Streak have got it in the back given that they have thrown their opponents into an eco. ROG Academy have got only pistols to work with. They've even been spotted out towards the A side, both I believe, as the approach is actually towards the B side. There is utility available. I think the spike drop has been heard by
Bring them down.
Ghost towards B main, and no, they've detected him here. While he's able to get away to safety, ROG have got a bit of an idea as to where this hit is coming now. Smoke off B main. L-Streak still playing this pretty close to the chest. They don't really want to give it up even though they know that their opponents might be on just pistols. Zukop, Botswad towards A. The split is coming in As Elstreak prepare themselves with the utility drop towards that A-shot site. There goes the smoke. Out comes the Prowler. The grenade to stop them in their track. Smoker finds Oni though. As Tamo tries to escape, but only to fall into the depths of hell.
So much
Zeno
for
finds Savage, and Equinox cleans up the rest, and that's going to be number 7. A straightforward round with a little bit of patience earns them a flawless round.
Before the switch.
I do believe that the potency of the Astra is really being shown here. One of the best compositions currently that is making a buzz in the international scene and any scene in general, I would say, is the Astra and Raze combination on the map of Zen. Now, you know that I'm an avid hater of playing Raze on this map. Primarily because as soon as you throw the utility, you have nothing to do. But with the Astra on your side, you can utilize every bit of the Astra utility to make sure that your grenades and, of course, your paint shells find ample amounts of value. But doesn't really seem to be the case here. And this round in particular looks to be a pretty scuffed one. If Elstreak are not careful, they're walking into a stack over on this A side. This one stack could just send them packing here at any second.
Yep. Zukob waiting for a push towards B main so that he can throw in his Nano Swarm and stop them, but Soulmate's actually found 2 towards A main, and Relic! He will hold up for his teammate as he tries to take the alt orb. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, number 8 looking inevitable. The grenade stops Savage from even peeking out. Soulmate wants to get that kill for himself, but it's gonna be Zeno to do it. And Zeno not gonna be able to find the last, but he's given off the position. Here comes the pincer movement. Equinox wants it, but does not get it. Has done enough damage. And just a classic shot, or a shot from that Vandal. Should be more than enough. Elstreak put on number 8 on the board, and that's a pretty good sign to go up into the defense.
It's a perfect sign right there. It's a 4 and 8. Honestly, not really what we expected, but sure, because I was thinking, oh, it's going to be an 8 and 4 going in the favor of ROG Academy, because without the duelists, it's very hard to create a lot of space and to try and find something from there. But the gunfight potential coming in from the members of LS were just incredible. They took every single engagement and they played based upon utility and trades. And any sort of doubt that I had in my mind for this squad, will they use their utility properly to take engagement, was thrown out of the window. And I do believe that the members of ROG Academy were completely caught off guard. They did not know how to react to this level of utility play. And that can be seen exactly here in this situation.
Oh, they've spotted out all of them coming in towards mid. And now, with this approach, ROG, the B split with the pistols, not gonna look too pretty for them. The blind is perfect, and Soulmate gets one. There's another from the side of Elstreak as they find Ghost. Zukov is the only trade that comes through. Yes, Savage gets another as well. So they're keeping this alive. As the side of Elstreak, themselves playing only with pistols, have got supreme economy at the moment, but not too much to work with.
Last player
I'm missing
standing.
shots. Yeah, at this point, the strategy was good. They just missed their shots. And if Soulmate misses a couple of more, it could just be done and dusted. Savage Yoda, pretty low on HP, but so is Soulmate. 1 bullet for him, 2 bullets on the other side. That is panic with a capital K right there.
Oh man, panic with a capital K, that's a panic with every single letter in the word capital. I don't know how that did not connect. How did Soulmate miss that?
That is just, as I said, panic with a capital K. It happens to the best of us.
That was the simplest kill, man. Ah, what happens?
That's the problem with the dot crosshair, not gonna lie. If you lose focus for even a second, that's what happens to you.
Perhaps might just be right, but for the moment, they need to make back their way. It is a B stack currently, and Equinox has found value out of it. Smoker's got Zukov as well, and there's one more, but Oni and Savage will trade back. 2 versus 3 now. Both the players are here. I'm not sure if ROG are aware of this. as Tamo is holding down towards that high mid, expecting that soulmate is towards A main. But ROG know better. They expect this to be an easier fight towards A as they start rotating, but so is Smoker. He is coming up towards high mid. As
Scanning ahead.
is that's an interesting recon. Okay. Okay, that's an interesting recon. Goes all the way towards A, clears up the site for them. And while Smoker's been smarted, he does have 6 bullets now back in his headhunter. One shot is all he needs to connect. As his teammate takes out only from mid. Now Smoker has got a bit of confidence. 2 versus 2. Both the players that he has to face off against are towards under heaven. And they are not aware of this. But they will be in just about a bit. Tap the spike is what they probably should be hoping to do. They spot one. They dink him as well. They don't know if the other players towards main of underside. Out comes the flash. He's trying to stick it right now. Behind him is where the call comes in. Tamo. He will find both of them. They expected him to be towards A main, but that was not the case. But that was a very good eco round from the side of the defense. L-Streak found 3 weapons dropped. And they're going to give them a bit of an economical situation here, where they're going to be forced to play with sheriffs only. So the bonus, the hopes of winning it, slowly have just dragged down with every single kill that happened in the previous round.
Their deaths are gonna be a costly one, but again, they're up to going for buys, so at this stage, they're not gonna have anything left for the following round. And look at the level of utility being popped to make sure that the attackers do not gain too much space here in this engagement. You gotta love it when you see it, because for now, it's looking to be a pretty aggressive play regardless, but the way that it's going all down here, it's looking quite bad because L-Streak, they have full control. They've already been poking out over towards mid to maybe get another kill, but Smoker biting off a bit more than he can chew here, buddy. You gotta get back and make sure you play with your team, because if you die as a chamber, all of the utility that you have set up and the possibility to go in for simple trades just fall flat on the window.
Low approach from ROG. They're boiling it down to the last 30 seconds as they seem to be trying to set up a fake towards B. And Smoker still towards mid is playing in that smoke. And ROG still not aware of where they want to go. It's the last 30 seconds. Now they're huddling up towards B. And Zeno spots out one. He's going to try and throw in that reveal yet again as the Equinox comes in from the side of the spawn. And while ROG have got their slow approach, in terms of informational value, it gives them no value to win the round. I don't know what exactly their thought process was in this, but in a bonus round where you've got a little bit of, you know, deficiency of good weapons, you might want to just rush it up and take it out on your teammate instead of playing such a split approach and then huddling up in the last 25 seconds towards the side with no information as to where the players are. They know that there's players on the B side, they just don't know where they are, and that just completely threw them off.
It's that perfect mix from time to time that causes this to happen. Remember what I said? Utilizing utility to stop the attackers from pushing in, and then allow your teammates to possibly go in for rotations depending on the situation, or maybe go in for a mid push. That's exactly what the members of LS are doing. They're utilizing their utility. They're stopping the attackers from even getting close to entering the site, and if they try to enter, yeah, good luck, because a couple of players are just gonna pop you in the head. But Smoker, okay, a bit too overzealous here on the push, and he's gonna pay the price for it with his own life. And Zuko could just be going in for the second, because Zeno, he's moving a bit too much, but Zeno, beautiful strafe out. Catches Zuko by surprise, but goes verified. It's gonna be the one to take a couple of more souls down under.
Our spike carrier is killed.
Spike down A.
Ghost goes in towards heaven. Equinox is falling up on his trail. Gets the win with that Spectre. And now it's a 2 versus 2. And they've got a pretty good ultimate to work with. Make that 2 actually. The Nightfall will come in just before the KO ultimate goes through. And now Ladies and gentlemen,
player standing.
it's 1 versus 2. Make that as Zeno goes down, and so will Equinox. Tamo finds both of them, and it is 7 and 9 now.
Getting harder and harder, it seems. But again, L3, they were playing on a pseudo bonus with a couple of their players only being able to afford out the Spectres. Now they can opt to go in for the proper buys, I do believe. But no, they're going in for the full-on slave, and that is smart. They do not want to start going on down a streak of losses and then not have any money down the line. I love these type of plays from teams that understand the importance of economic advantage. Smoker opting for the full shield because he is pretty confident that he's going to be able to gain something out of it. Maybe a kill here will allow him to activate his pseudo force, but he's just waiting for it. Samuel, are you going to give it to him? Or are you going to run back and survive this one? Ah, that is sad.
Yeah, it most certainly is. Relic finds a trade on the other side. Tower goes down as this push up towards that A main actually gives them so much value. They're pinchering them yet again, and now it's just a 2 versus 3. Ghost has been absolutely shunted down in towards that B-Link side, and I'm not quite sure if they're aware of this because look at this! Oh my god, Ghost!
That is the trigger control that you want. That discipline was beautiful. And he lined it all up. No panic whatsoever. Cool as a cucumber, man. And Ghost, like a dagger in the night, he's always there to go in for the final couple of frags. 8 and 9 down to perfection. This round should have been a win for the side of L Street. But one angle not cleared out by Smoker is what costed them their entire lives right here and right now.
Turret out.
8 and 9. Let's see how it works out for the side of Elstreak as they've slowly started slipping up over here. They had a good control of what's happening, but now they have given up a little bit of ground. Look at where Zeno is though. He's positioned up pretty heavily on towards that A site as they've got a set up towards A. Tamo's taken out Relic and they're trying to spam down, but Zeno pops out and he finds one. Equinox with the trade towards mid though. Now Equinox looking for more, finds the second, and he's probably done enough. A KO ultimate to probably settle this round as Soulmate is holding up towards that B main side. He's actually pushing up, and I'm not quite sure if the Soul was aware of this. Savage is walking into the trap, and he will go down. And now it's on to Ghost. And he's in between both of these players. The spike is out in the open. Soulmate lets him take it, as he knows that this is a little bit of a time-constrained play. So he's going to play with his teammate and hope that this works out for perfection for him. Soulmate has done just about enough. As Ghost, his dash is gone away. No dash available. Now, even if he wants to get away to safety, not going to be able to do that.
30 seconds left.
Only the updrafts available. Walking into the B side, and Soulmate's ready for this. What a beautiful angle. He expects it. Brilliant stuff from Soulmate as Elstreak not afraid of taking the fights.
At all. And this is the level of gameplay that we'd expect from the side of L Street. Experience coming in strong. They understood that, hey, if we're able to corral the members of ROG Academy down over onto a corner, then they will start to panic. Then they will start to try and regain the space that they have lost so heavily because of a couple of the bodies being dropped over towards the sideline. Yep, that's how you pick it all up. But you have to give it to the Killjoy to just go in for a swing like that. Equinox, he's leading the charge. 18 and 13 on a Killjoy. Yeah, that's not something that you'd expect. That's not something that you see on a regular basis at all.
Relic down towards mid, takes out Zukov, and he's got a jet coming as well. Doesn't matter.
Help.
The Vandal just taps away at him, and now Oni spammed across as well. There's nothing he can do. Equinox hoping that he can find one kill, but both the players of ROG that are surviving are going towards A. The smoke comes up instantly, and there's even a Killjoy alarm bot to stop them from moving in. Hellstreak looking to end this as soon as possible now, and ROG are just delaying it as long as they can. They want to play this close to the chest, make it seem like they're not going towards a certain direction and then move in that very direction yet again. And it's high mid this time. Tamo gets away, but Zeno's hot on their trails. Both of them towards A main. There's another smoke from Relic goes
left.
down.
Closing moments here. They gotta push in the side. They have nothing more to do here. 2 in the back, 3 in the front. Yeah, it's just done. Swing out, 1 kill, and yep, here comes the plays. That's it. Got it done. Relic possibly could have gotten an ace, but Soulmate's Fragment's gonna be the thing that picks up the final player. 8 and 11. This round was just perfect when it came down to the utility usage. Just look at the timing. As soon as the alarm bot got popped and Equinox died, Gravity Well came in, Fragment was thrown out. Everything was against the members of ROG Academy. And this is what I want a lot of the other SC Region teams to start to follow. Usage of utility instead of purely relying on your duelist capabilities. That's what you love to
Taking
see.
that back. No more stats.
Oh,
Concealment.
well, they've already taken control of the A main side yet again. Elstreak are just focusing on them to not let them get anywhere near this A side. And they've dropped the spike as well. And look at where the ultimate's gone from Tamo. He's gone towards A heaven. How has that not been detected? The sound probably did not travel all the way through. As he's got control of the A side and they're rotating as fast as they possibly can. But they're aware of the fact that somebody could be near the spike. So they're taking meticulous steps. Tamo, this move was amazing from him. And now the A side
My bot.
is in control. Oh, Soulmate. That should have been a free kill for him, but he just does not prepare himself for that.
I don't think that it actually goes for a kill. Like, tell me honest.
I mean,
Like, Soulmate just got scared. And you know for a fact he just got scared in that situation. Like, look at this.
I. It just, one of those moments, man, you just know where to teleport, right? You just know. I don't know how he expected that nobody's gonna be there. Got in towards A heaven like it was nothing. And just took control of the A side with 1 kill.
Revealing area.
Mocha.
They're looking to get a bit more here. Smoker has the to the force in hand, doesn't really find the tag that he wants to. Nearly got the kill. In good God. He's now low. 2 players very low on HP and Zeno.
An
The
interesting
Allfather
push
does
with
not
the...
like you.
Yeah, an interesting push with the Odin.
You should run.
And there comes the ultimate. A good ultimate this time, but I think that... Yeah, it is going to be destroyed. Of course it is. Soulmate knows exactly how to throw in that grenade. And he makes the best use of it. Denied within seconds. And yet again, ROG... Well, they have lost one of their initiators. They've still got 1 more left. The KO's alive. And a lot of ultimates available on the defense especially. They've got a Killjoy as well as the Astra, which is the perfect retake combo, by the way. And not to mention
seconds
that they've
left.
already got one active in the hands of Smoker with the Tour de Force. And if need be, even
Initiated.
the Null Command. And that Killjoy ultimate is perfectly timed. Now that is how you use the Killjoy ultimate to the perfection of time. Smoker's gonna take out 1 more. They can't even enter the site. It's a save.
10 seconds
There's
left.
nothing they can do. Perfectly timed Killjoy ultimate keeps them at bay.
Once a god. Give Smoker a god.
He just wants to kill at this point. He does pick up a gun. Still walking in and gives up his life. That's okay though. 9 and 12. It's match point. And the scoreline that you predicted has come to play. And I somewhat suggested the same. I thought it's going to be anywhere between 13 and 5 to a 13 and 9 scoreline. And that's exactly what's happening.
Sentry.
Yep. Both of these teams very evenly matched in that regard, but again, it's the refinement of the strategy that is really giving the members of L Street that advantage. Mechanically, both of these teams are very close to each other. I'm not seeing some outlier inhuman reaction plays that is going to tell me that, hey, one team's better mechanically than the other. They're both hitting shots. They're doing pretty good, but the composition of advantage is pretty drastic, especially on the defense. Null command comes in, stops the push right in the tracks. It's always, he doesn't even need to use the 0 point. He already knows they're there. He's just waiting for the overload to end, and as soon as he throws out that knife, he gets the info for his squad. But yeah, a couple of players are still holding outside of B, waiting for us to push into them, but look at the level of discipline that the members of L-Streak have. No one's giving up their positions. They're all just waiting and chilling, trying to see if they can find something here.
Yeah, look at Tamo. He's expecting that, you know, A main push that they've done time and time again. And he's holding it down with the spike as well. And that's a problem, I believe, because he's so far apart from his team, isn't he? And that is an issue. But Ghost takes out Smoker, who, while he was not detected, was still aware of the fact that there could be somebody peeking out there. The Nightfall does clear out mid. There goes the KO ultimate, as they expect this to be a hit towards B. And Equinox has to now play in from side. The Astra ultimate does nothing to help them. Yeah, Equinox is actually playing this to perfection. Equinox gets one! He almost gets a second. I thought he killed the Sova, but he didn't. And now, Zeno throwing in his utility as he goes in, and there's no support to the planter. What has happened? One man left, and it is the end of it. Soulmate takes him out as ROG have been knocked out of the Challenger Series in the first round of the game itself.
Really what we expected, but hey. Ouch. ROG Academy taking the loss here. Again, this was just primarily because of the strategical advantage they had when it came down to the composition. Nothing more, nothing less. I think you could say that ROG Academy, they had a pretty good chance of winning this one if they had something on the lines of an Astra to try and help them out, set up a couple of these plays. But single duelist composition, especially with the Omen, is just a lot more difficult to get a lot of value out of it if your Omen is not fragging out beside you. It just really didn't help that the team just felt slightly disjointed in a lot of different situations, and they started taking engagements without really focusing up together, utilizing their utility to try and stop them in their tracks. The fact that the composition without a duelist got 8 rounds on the attacking side was the first red flag that told me that, hey, RG Academy, they don't really have a chance here, and they need to go back to the drawing board if they really want to build themselves up here even further down the line, because this composition isn't really going to work unless you want to play aggressive, where you take map control with your body and the limited utility that you have, or if you want to play for retake, play for pure retake instead of holding inside of the side, because you do not really have that level of utility to hold the side down for long.
Yeah, true. There are so many different things that they could have done. ROG, they had a couple of set strategies that I think went well, but a couple of them were just absolutely shunted out by, you know, L-Streak, given the utility that they had, because that no duelist comp clearly allowed them to utilize it a lot more in terms of utility. The Chamber, even though he's the pseudo duelist, he's got that one trap, and that one trap is value in itself. 2 Sentinels are not an easy defense to penetrate, and while ROG did a little bit of damage, they couldn't do it all the way. L-Streak was just a little bit better, and they had the game in control from the get-go, especially from the beginning, where they had that good streak of rounds build up. They finished the half 8-4, and only to finish up the game 13-9. Sometimes it felt like the crossfires and, you know, the support from the side of ROG's players when there were other players playing did not come through. I think there were multiple times where that happened. Let's go to the highlights as we talk about this, because ROG, I think the one thing that they, you know, did not really fill in some of the rounds was that crossfire potential. While individual brilliance did come in multiple times, that crossfire potential sometimes seemed like it was lacking.
Yeah. I think that's just bare bone fundamentals of playing together as a team. To set up crossfires, you need to have the communication present, and you need to mentally prepare yourself to do something like that as well. I think, personally, we have seen this from every single new up-and-coming team, that their crossfires just feel slightly non-existent, and you would question exactly why as well. Think about it like this. In ranked, we set up crossfires pretty normally. The way we call it, we bait our teammates so that we get a kill, but technically that's still a crossfire, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess so. But yeah, overall, ROG, I think there were a couple of good moments like this one where Zukov won this 1v3. Yeah, this I love seeing that the triangle is formed as all three bullets connected, one to the head and two to the body. But L-Streak, they had pretty much the map in control after the fourth round from ROG Academy came up. This was where I think they were able to start building up all their rounds. It went down to 5 and 3 here, and then it came down to 8 and 4. But overall, it's just been so much in the favor of L-Streak.
Yeah. We expected them to be like this as well. The level of experience that they have will far out class the talent that RG Academy have on their side. But again, RG Academy, I don't think it's the end of the world. Mechanically, you're all good. As a team, I would say requires a little bit more work, but you're getting there. But primarily, I want to see you utilize a lot more different strategies. This strategy is very outdated, and I don't think it's going to help you out that much. Yeah, it's pretty good if you are playing aggressive and you are trying to gain map control, but the way that you are playing this composition doesn't really fit your playstyle, or you're still trying to figure out exactly what their playstyle is. That's what I would have to say for you, but hey, give them the time, and I do believe they're going to come back even stronger in qualifiers too.
Yeah, well, we will see it when it happens. ROG Academy, I'm pretty sure, are going to come back in Qualifier 2 to try and get themselves to that coveted top 8 in the group stages. But for now, they are knocked out by L-Streak Esports. And L-Streak heading on to the round of 64. Wonder who their next opponent is going to be. We will find out tomorrow, of course, when a new set of matches come through. And of course, don't forget to check out our socials, guys. Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is. And of course, the TEC website, where you can register yourself for the upcoming qualifier, which is going to be soon. But also, don't forget that if you want to know any information about the matches that they'll be playing, just go ahead and check out the website. You will get all the information that you need. But for the moment, L-Streak Esports are going to be the ones to go ahead and find themselves a step ahead in this tournament, as they've got quite a few good teams coming up. And tomorrow, we've got a brand new set of matches.
New games and new fun times to be had. We don't really know what to expect here just yet, but what I'm really hyped for certain here, Universe, is going to be this following tomorrow. Because honestly, I do believe that from what we heard, a couple of good matches will be played, but which ones will be streamed, we don't really know just yet. And I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be telling the audience anytime soon. You're guys gonna need to find that out tomorrow by following us on our Instagram. And don't forget that there. But again, Universe, for this match, it's pretty standard. Nothing really much to talk about. Experience and a compositional disadvantage. But ROG Academy, they can evolve, they can adapt, and they need to just come back stronger.
Oh, well, that's been quite a day, hasn't it? 4 matches, 4 best of ones, 3 of them absolute stompings. The last one, well, it came down to as close as it possibly could. ROG could have probably done a little bit more, but they think, I think, will be able to do better in the next qualifier if and when they come. Because with this is going to give them a little experience as to how to counter L-Streak and maybe other teams as well. Because L-Streak is one of the good teams out there, one of the upper end teams out there. So we shall find out when and if they are going to make it to the qualifier 2 and see if they will try their best to this time go further into the tournament. But for today, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much been our show. We've got a lot of matches coming in from tomorrow. This is just day 1 of Qualifier 1. We've got Qualifier 2. We've got the rest of Qualifier 1 left. We've got the group stages. And of course, the arena. That's going to be coming in very soon. But for today, that's day 1 of the TEC Challenger Series. Let us know what you think about it in the comments down below. And do go ahead and check out our sponsors. AMD, some of the best processors out there, of course, in Windows 11. They've partnered up to give us this beautiful tournament, which wouldn't be possible without them. And of course, crucial, you want some SSDs, you want some pretty fast PCs, go ahead and check out Crucial, because they are who make it possible to load your PC within less than 10 seconds. They make it possible, those super fast NVMe SSD cards. And of course, storage is very important for us, right? 1 TB, 2 TB, they've got it all, man. Go ahead and check them out. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like and subscribe button, because this is where the biggest Valorant action takes place in South Asia. It is the Esports Club. We will see you all pretty soon. And I really hope that if you guys are participating in this tournament, have a good look, have a good rest for today. If your matches are done today and if you have qualified, we will see you tomorrow. Maybe your match could be the one that is going to be on broadcast. But I do want to ask you, Aggie, before we do finish off, what did you think of today's matches and what do you expect to see in the future?
I personally have to say that for the future, I just want teams to start evolving a bit more. Get out of that hump as a squad in general, where you're like, hey, it's completely fine. It's nothing really to worry about. We can play for comfort. Yeah, playing for comfort is pretty good, but now that Valorant has shifted in meta so drastically, moving away from raw aim, you just need to start building up even more as a team when it comes down to your team play, coordination, and of course your utility usage. Put aim on secondary. Put your utility usage on primary form. Game sense will carry you further when you are playing in a competitive setting, not in ranked. Whenever you're playing in a tournament like this, that's when your game sense will shine the brightest, not just your mechanical skill. And I'm really hoping that that's exactly what happens moving on down the line throughout this entire tournament. A lot of young talent here to try and foster up. But hey, as it's the closing moments, that's all I have to say for now.
Yep. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us all. And we will see you all tomorrow with the AMD and Windows 11 present the Esports Club Challenger Series powered by Crucial. Good night, happy gaming, and we will see you all tomorrow.
From the legends of memory and storage, Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products, precision engineered for speed and stability. Crucial Ballistics. from the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.